Your Cats are here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Wear red, join the hunt. Gear up today with official Panthers playoff merchandise. Grab your playoff tees, caps, hoodies, and more. FLAteamshop.com or Pantherland in-store or at the FTL War Memorial. That's where to go to purchase. And, of course, folks, you can get in on the 50-50 raffle tickets presented by AutoNation. Enter now to win one of our early bird prizes before the grand prize winner is announced during the third period of Game 4. Tickets currently double before puck drop on Game 4. So FLAPanthers5050.com. You can jump on that right now. Your 50-50 tickets presented by AutoNation. FLAPanthers5050.com is where to go to purchase your ticket. So let's get into hearing now from Panthers defenseman Seth Jones. Had a chance to catch up with him after the morning skate earlier today. And the first thing I asked him, plain and simple, what did he think of the Game 1 win a couple of nights ago?
I thought we did a lot of good things. Our forecheck was well. I thought we were physical. Bob made big saves when he needed to, and I thought defensively we did a decent job boxing around him and giving him clear vision on a lot of the shots. So power play was pretty good as well. But we want to improve our game a little bit and be a little better.
What are some of the differences about defending against this group, maybe compared to the teams you saw in the first couple of rounds?
Not a whole lot, to be honest. I think Carolina probably plays a little bit more physical, a little bit more in-your-face style than the other two teams. But when it comes to the rush chances, they both like rush goals and taking chances offensively. So we got to be sharp, especially in the neutral zone. Our gaps defensively, and the forwards coming back and supporting. So, a lot of similarities, but I think physicality is probably the biggest difference.
So Seth Jones of the Panthers right there, and Billy, he talks about it there in terms of how this opponent is different than what the Panthers faced the last couple of rounds, and maybe how there were similarities here between Carolina and the last couple of Panthers playoff opponents. But if you're approaching this game from Seth Jones' perspective, and you know those forecheckers are going to be getting in on you quickly, what's the biggest thing that he needs to continue doing, because he's played some really good hockey here?
Gap control, and the Panthers did a good job boxing out the forwards. In this day and age, you can't put the stick in the midsection to slow players down, but they got in the path of some of the forecheckers coming down. That allowed Jones and the defenseman to get out of the zone more easily, more efficiently. That really helps. And then the gap control is always imperative with this team, what they're looking to do. Those defensemen love to stand up and keep the gaps tight against a rush opponent. It got exploited a few times with some bad decisions, maybe just some speed and execution on the other side. But you have to have those forwards coming back committed. We saw a couple times pinches by the defenseman without that third forward high. You got to make sure that you have that valve behind you every time and staying in late down on the walls. And everything outside of that, just maybe small minor miscues or calculations that you look up and say, just clean up this and continue with that, and we'll be fine.
So you heard from Seth Jones there a moment ago. Caught up with him after the morning skate earlier today. We'll hand it off to Kevin Rogers here in just a moment. You can put down some ticket deposits for next season, folks. Groups of 10 or more can enjoy exclusive savings with Panthers group hospitality and ticketing options for the 25-26 season. Place your deposit today and secure your exclusive experience at floridapanthers.com/groups. And folks, our game's your way all season long. Panthers fans, build the perfect plan for you with 25-26 Panthers Flex Plans. Choose the best combination of games that fit your schedule. Go to floridapanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK for more information on Flex Plans and place your deposit today. Now we hand it off to Kevin Rogers back in our network studios. He's got a look at the players to watch heading into Game 2 tonight. Kevin Rogers, take it away. Who are you highlighting this evening?
All right, Doug, first on the Panthers side, guess who has the most points of anybody in the playoffs? Is it Sam Reinhart? No. Is it Alexander Barkov? No. Is it Matthew Tkachuk? No. Is it Carter Verhaeghe? No. Is it Sam Bennett? No. Is it Eetu Luostarinen? Yes. 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points to lead the Panthers so far in the playoffs. And Luostarinen coming off a goal in Game 1. He had a goal in Game 7 against Toronto. Remember, though, this is big for him, too, in this series. He was drafted in the second round by the Hurricanes back in 2017. He was traded as one of 4 players in 2020 to the Panthers in exchange for Vincent Trocheck. And we see how Trocheck is now in New York. He's thriving there. But Luostarinen, though, he has done his fair share with the Panthers, and so far 13 points to lead all players on the team in the postseason. Meanwhile, on the Carolina side, their leading point getter, Seth Jarvis, he had 2 assists in the Game 1 loss for the Hurricanes. He has 4 goals and 8 assists so far in the postseason, but in 4 games against the Panthers this season, only 1 goal. And you go back to the 2023 Eastern Conference Final, he scored in that Game 1 4 overtime loss to the Panthers. Didn't pick up a point the rest of the series. So Panthers done a good job, at least keeping Seth Jarvis out of the net over the last few seasons. So we'll keep an eye on him tonight. Now it's time for tonight's key stat. It's presented by SeatGeek. We're taking a great seats. Back to Lenovo Center and Billy Lindsay.
Mentioned the officially coming out of their own end. You look back, 90% of the time they started a breakout, they came across their own blue line into the neutral zone with puck possession. That was the first time that it has been over 86% against the Carolina Hurricanes during these playoffs. So they had the best breakout, and that has a lot to do with shutting down that forecheck of Carolina. Continue to do that, you're going to have success. You could look in the second period with the long change. What happens with both these teams, they excel. The Panthers, they lead non-man rushes in the second, 28-13 on their opponent. That's plus 15, that's first. Carolina, 23-11, plus 12. That is second. And both of them create tons of chances. So those long shifts in the offensive zone can kind of tamper with teams and get them tired out and force them all of a sudden to take the bad changes, bad shifts, and look to exploit. Both these teams' goal differential in the second is good. That is something to watch out for.
Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes, Game 2 this evening. The Panthers a 1-game 10-on lead in this best-of-7 series. So the two teams playing for a trip to the Stanley Cup Final. The Panthers back here in the Eastern Conference Final for a 3rd straight year. Carolina, their 3rd trip to the Eastern Conference Final in a 6-year span. They've been knocking on the door for a long time. They've made the playoffs every year under Rod Brindamore. So these are two teams who become household names in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, just one other thing to mention on the stats is the road, 9 for 22 on the power play on the road. You have 10 power play goals. That's 40.9%. Carolina had given up 2 power play goals coming into this series, give up 2 in game 1. For some reason, the power play is working a lot better away from home.
Verhaeghe and Bennett broke through last time out. Verhaeghe, they worked it in close. He had that backhand top shelf chance early on that he converted on. And Sam Bennett, kind of a seeing eye shot through traffic, but sometimes against Carolina, the way their penalty kill goes, it sometimes can come down to plays like that. You can't hang on to it long. You really have to rely on instincts against Carolina's penalty kill. You can't overthink it because you just don't have time.
Both 5-on-5 anything. You're out there, it's got to go. It's got to get off your stick. And Brad Marchand was kind of mentioning that this morning in his press conference, and give him credit. Brad Marchand, when you hear him speak at the podium,
oh, he's outstanding.
He gives you thorough answers. It's right down nuts and bolts, and he doesn't leave you short with any shortage of it.
And the way he sees the game and communicates the game too, he seems like one of those guys down the road. He'll be able to do anything in the sport of hockey that he ever wants to do.
It's not nuclear loose, God willing, and everything will be fine. It's just, he gives you thorough, thoughtful answers.
Yeah, he's been outstanding every facet of the game, and that includes at the podium since becoming a Florida Panther. Catch every Cats playoff game at the Baptist Health Iceplex in downtown Fort Lauderdale. Watch and skate, enjoy food and drinks at the Federal. And shop at Pantherland, powered by FLA Team Shop. Go to BaptistHealthIceplex.com to sign up today. And folks, you can join the 93 Society email club. Stay up to date on all things Panthers. Be the first to know about special ticket offers, exclusive events, and more. Sign up now at FloridaPanthers.com. And looking at the goaltending matchup here, same one as Game 1. Sergei Bobrovsky, don't look now, but he's turned it into that playoff Bob mode here. He's won 4 of his last 5 starts, and he has a .952 save percentage over those 5 games. He comes in with an overall playoff record of 9-4 this season and a 2.29 goals against average in the 13 games that he's played. And on the other side, Frederik Andersen will get the call. 10 games in the playoffs, he's 7-3 with a 1.74 goals against average and a .919 save percentage. Maintain numbers like that, even giving up 5 on 20 shots in the Game 1 loss that Carolina and Freddie Andersen had. So a marquee goaltending matchup once again here in Game 2 between 2 veterans, Bobrovsky and Andersen.
Bobrovsky 6 goals against those last 5 games that you mentioned. So yes, he's come to the forefront. been a difference maker on the other side. Anderson, his before last game, had only given up 7 goals in 6 games, so equally impressive. Expect a bounce back from Anderson, probably to be better, and the team in front of him as well. And that was going to be a showcase coming into this series, and it has been. We focused on it in the first 2 series, Vasilevsky and then Joseph Wall or whoever it was that Bobrovsky's going against, who has the better goaltender, usually ends up winning throughout the course of the series. In the first 2 series, Bob was the answer. He was better than the other guy down at the other end, and for game number 1, that was the story for Bobrovsky as well.
And you look at this series and the matchup coming into it, and I know we're not breaking any ground saying this, but these 2 teams, as good as they both are, the goaltender that outperforms the other, that's going to be the team that very well could wind up winning this series. So we'll see how things play out. Sergei Bobrovsky certainly the better of the 2 goaltenders in Game 1. A limited number of territory memberships were just released for next season. Act now to become a season ticket territory member today. Members receive exclusive access, unparalleled savings, and memorable experiences that last all season long. Go to floridapanthers.com/memberships or call 954-835-PUCK and select option 1 to lock in your membership. Panthers fans, don't miss your chance to see The Who for the last time at Amerant Bank Arena, August 16th. The last time on the Song Is Over North American Farewell Tour. Tickets on sale now. SeatGeek at AmerantBankArena.com. So a chance to go see The Who at Amerant Bank Arena. Folks, it's the Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here tonight at Lenovo Center. SeatGeek road ahead. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Panther seats. The series will shift back to sunrise Saturday at 8, Monday at 8. Games 3 and 4 of this Eastern Conference Final. We'll see if the series is going back to sunrise with the Panthers up 2-0 heading into Saturday, or with the series tied 1-1 going into Saturday, depending on how things play out here this evening. And that's your SeatGeek road ahead. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Panthers seats. Let's get to this day in Panthers history. It's presented as always by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. And you can check out the Panthers Virtual Vault, FLAPanthersVault.com, presented by Baptist Health, the proud all moments in Panthers history. And Billy Lindsay again here on this May 22nd, turning the clock back just 2 years when these 2 teams played. This was kind of the theme of the series before 19,873 at what we now call Amerant Bank Arena. A 1-0 Panthers win over the Carolina Hurricanes. At 10:05 of the second period, on the power play, Sam Reinhart for Matthew Tkachuk and Sam Bennett. That was all the scoring that would be required that night. The Panthers took that Game 3 by a 1-0 score, and Sergei Bobrovsky outdueled Frederik Andersen in that game. Bobrovsky, a 32-save shutout. At the other end, Frederik Andersen, top 16 of 17. So here tonight, Billy, you're calling for what could be a tight game. You're expecting a tight one tonight, coming off the 5-2 final a couple of nights ago. Well, it doesn't get much tighter than 2 years ago on this date when these 2 teams played the Eastern Conference final.
Goals are a premium. It was like trying to find gold whenever you scored.
Maybe more difficult.
Yeah, it was really. I expect more of that as these teams go at it tonight. Goals are going to be at premium, and that's where the special teams last game, getting a couple of goals on the power play, that really helps in tight games. And 2 years ago on this date, that was what it took for the Panthers, a power play goal, and that was about midway through the game. 1 power play goal. They won the game 1-0, and Sergei Bobrovsky was outstanding in net. All 3 Panthers who factored into that goal 2 years ago, obviously still with the club. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes, Game 2, Eastern Conference Final. We'll step aside. Kevin Rogers takes a look at the Western Conference Final in the National Hockey League. 1 game in that series. Dallas, a big come-from-behind win a night ago. So Kevin will talk about that, get you caught up on what's going on elsewhere in the sports world. Then we'll bring it back here, and we'll hear from the head coach of the Panthers, Paul Maurice. Panthers and the Hurricanes, Game 2, Eastern Conference Final tonight. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay here with you, handing it off to Kevin Rogers next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean.
The excitement continues in Hallandale Beach with live racing action Thursday through Sunday at Gulfstream Park. Plan a day after races in Ten Palms Restaurant with premium dining and elevated track views, or take in the races trackside from the Carousel Club with a craft cocktail. For stake schedules, reservations, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amarant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com, and score big on your dental insurance.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
This is Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Panthers Preview continues. Kevin Rogers with you. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final coming up in just a little bit from Lenovo Center in Raleigh, with the Panthers up 1-0. Let's take a look now at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all, and the Dallas Stars looking to avenge last season's Western Conference Final defeat to the Edmonton Oilers. They were down 3-1 headed to the third period, so it looked like the Oilers were going to win just again, or beat the Stars again, but Dallas strikes back with 5 in the third. Tyler Seguin ends up with 2 goals and an assist in the victory for Dallas, 6-3 over Edmonton. So the Stars reversing course there. They have the 1-0 series lead, and they will look to take the 2-0 lead coming up on Friday at American Airlines Center. Leon Draisaitl had a goal and 2 assists in the loss for Edmonton. Meanwhile, in the NBA playoffs, the Western Conference Finals continue tonight at 8:30 in Oklahoma City. The Thunder up 1-0 over the Timberwolves. So game 2 of that series coming up in the next 40 minutes. Meanwhile, game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals resumes tomorrow at Madison Square Garden between the Knicks and the Pacers. Indiana up 1-0 after their comeback victory in overtime last night. So the Pacers up 1-0, and they'll play game 2 at the Garden coming up tomorrow. In Major League Baseball, the Miami Marlins off today, traveling out west. They will be in Anaheim to battle the Angels coming up tomorrow night at 9:30, and the Marlins coming in at 19-29 on the season. Coming up, we'll hear from both the head coaches, Paul Maurice on the Panthers side, Rod Brindamore on the Hurricanes side. We'll have starting lineup scratches in game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers look for a 2-0 series lead over the Hurricanes with the win tonight in Raleigh. That is coming up. as we continue Panthers preview right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine. Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team. Catch your Florida Panthers and Amarant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida. Our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs including Amarant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Welcome back to Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
Back here at Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina, it's the Florida Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes, Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers a 5-2 win 2 nights ago in Game 1 of the series. Of course, the series will shift back to sunrise for Saturday night's Game 3 and Monday night's Game 4. First order of business, this one right here, Game 2, Panthers and the Canes. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Time for a pregame conversation with Panthers head coach Paul Maurice, presented as always by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. And, well, the first thing I asked Paul Maurice was what he took away from the Game 1 victory a couple of nights back.
When you get into a completely different style, and Carolina is unique, almost like we are, and that there's not a lot of other teams that play the game that we play. So there's an adaptation. You've got your game, and that's fine, and everybody, well, we just got to handle our game. There's some truth to that, but it does have to be applied against the other team. I thought we were okay with it, but I will tell you, which is a pause when you go back and watch the video, we played a much better game than it felt on the bench. Some of that's just my own experience, right? It's because the pucks are contested, there's a lot more small area changes of possession, and you get frustrated with that as a coach. We should be able to complete that play, or we should read that change of possession faster, and then you go back and watch it and say, we were reading them real fast. We were fine.
The way the power play came through on a couple of occasions, obviously that could be a huge part of this series, but the way it converted those two instances, what'd you like about the way that they were moving around? It seemed like there was some good motion there on the power play.
Well, these guys historically have had by far at times the best penalty kill in the league, and they have in the playoffs. So the power play is going to look grotesque until you score. There's so much pressure. You're not going to get easy entries. You're not going to get clean, passive setup time where you snap it around and you find that lane. It's just not there. So what I liked the most was we had a power play. If we didn't score, it didn't faze them. It's just going to look ugly until the puck goes in the net. And if you get one or two where you don't score, what you're watching for is the frustration, because these guys want to make plays, right? They're used to it. We kill pretty much the exact same way that they do, so you're always on the edge. It's just a stick, it's a block shot, it's a gap closure, very, very aggressive, and it'll be a broken play at either end that scores a goal.
You touched on it a little bit, obviously different looking opponent, but what is maybe the difference in defending against Carolina compared to defending against your opponents from the first two rounds?
The defense part isn't as different, like the rush from one end to the other, because we just played two really good rush teams. So that part is just knowing when you can go flat out on the forecheck, and sometimes you got to hold a little patient just to make the secondary read before you can, as we set your teeth on them. We got to read that a little bit. They are probably the best team in the league at getting the strong side shot in the offensive zone. So they'll go low to high, and that puck will come to the net, and they find sticks. So the early box outs are really important for us. But those are the two places that their power play. They got three kind of strong areas that they generate.
Nico Mikla continues to show some offensive flashes. There's been a lot made of the backhand pass he made to set up that goal last time out, but obviously a huge dimension to your team. But does he continue to, I guess, impress you and surprise you at times with some of the offensive awareness that he has?
It started kind of last year early on. He'd get up the ice every once in a while. I mean, we viewed him as more of a defensive defenseman. He's not getting power play time. But he'd get up the ice in the middle, and he would get up the ice fast. And that was really what was on display on the goal. He was moving by the time he hit that line. So we allow those plays to be made at the offensive line when we have speed. Certainly if somebody's calling for it, because they know if they're open. We won't put a ceiling on it. It's not also something that we're expecting every night up the ice.
You've talked about during the regular season that the first 5-10 minutes in this building specifically can feel a little bit different for a road team. You guys have been through it enough now in big games. Do you feel like your team almost feeds off it in a positive sense? And what do you have to do to manage that kind of on the bench? Because it does feel like there's a different decibel level in here, especially early on.
Yeah, I think we manage it. Where in the first series that we had here, it took us a while to understand there were going to be 10 minutes where they owned the game and they owned the shot clock. They put everything in it. They're a very, very quick team, and they feed off that. It's also true after they score a goal. They are a momentum team after that, so you have to be aware of it. But when it's happening, don't make it worse. Like stop digging. You got to simplify your game. All pucks in, all pucks out. Even if you think you've got something going off a rush, the puck has to get to the goal line in the other team, so it slows that idea. It's just offensive zone time. I mean, they're almost completely different styles, but they're very much like Edmonton. They get a huge amount of offensive zone off their quickness.
Panthers head coach Paul Maurice right there. Our pregame conversation presented as always by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Ben Alexander is our on-site engineer. Vlad Lusat back at studio control. We're going to step aside. We'll come back. We'll have the scratches ahead of tonight's matchup and the view from the other side. We'll hear from the head coach of the Canes, Rod Brindamore. That's coming up next in our scouting report from Gulfstream Park Racing. And then we'll get ready to drop the puck here at Lenovo Center. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
South Florida, one of the latest and greatest from Celsius is a balance of two iconic flavors, kiwi and strawberry. Two vibrant and delicious flavors that dance on your taste buds. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
Your fishing gear's loaded, lunch is packed, the boat's gassed up, everything you need for an awesome day on the water. Well, not everything. You should also bring along your boating safety education. So be sure to take a Florida boating safety course. Know before you go. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. You'll have more fun out on the water. You can take a course in a classroom or online. To learn more, visit Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission at myfwc.com.
South Florida, new flavor alert, and this one's the bomb. Watermelon lemonade, a tasty explosion of flavor. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Welcome back to Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
Back here inside Lenovo Center here in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's the Florida Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes, Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. Let's get your scratches presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. Out for the Panthers in this one, you can scratch Jacob Megna, Nico Sturm, Mackie Samoskevich, Uvis Balinskis, and Jesper Boquist. Paul Maurice going with the exact same lineup from Game 1 of this series. On the other side, Rod Brindamore, one tweak to the lineup on his end. You can scratch Jalen Chatfield, remains out with an injury. Alexander Nikishin, Tyson Jost, Ty Smith, Juha Yashka, Riley Stillman, and Jesperi Kokaniemi out of the lineup for Carolina in this one. So that means that the big forward, Mark Jankowski, will draw into the Canes lineup, his fourth game in this postseason. So this year's scratches presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. Let's get now to your pregame scouting report, the view from the opposing side of things. It's presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills of Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com. Now Carolina comes into this one with a 5-0 record in the playoffs when they score first, 3-3 when they allow the first goal in a game. And Rod Brindamore was asked earlier today by Dan Rosen of NHL.com what it means to his team to get the first goal in a game and play with a lead.
I think most teams are the record. I don't even know what it is, but I'm sure their record's extremely good when they're ahead too. I think it's an easier way to obviously just stay with what you're doing and not try to force something. You know, because usually when you start forcing things, you get away from it. Maybe it doesn't quite work the way you want to. Also, it sets you up if you get that next one too. Now you got a 2-0 lead. Now you're really in good shape. So obviously playing in the lead, everybody wants to do it. I don't know that it changes our game or our mindset too much if we're ahead or behind, but certainly we'd love to have it.
So Rod Brindamore there, the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes. Pregame scouting report presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills of Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com. Billy Lindsay, before we step aside and get ready to drop the puck here, both these teams like to play with the lead. Both these teams are very good at holding the lead. Again, how important is the first goal in this one?
Yeah, it's obviously, it changes the profile of your team, like Paul Maurice talks about a lot. And the 2-goal lead is even bigger. So coming out here, expect the same from Carolina. That intensity, that forecheck pressure, get through the first 10 minutes, find your legs, and then just keep tracking and getting better.
We'll step aside. We'll come back. We'll have the starting lineups and the drop of the puck. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Panthers Preview. Face-off for tonight's game is just minutes away.
You're listening to the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The excitement continues in Hallandale Beach with live racing action Thursday through Sunday at Gulfstream Park. Plan a day after races in 10 Palms Restaurant with premium dining and elevated track views, or take in the races trackside from the Carousel Club with a craft cocktail. For stake schedules, reservations, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amarant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on the action. Secure your group spot today. Visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK to learn more.
Hockey lives here.
Sagan to Ben, down low, delays, he scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. AIS HD2 Boca Raton. It's game time.
That's the power play. Barkov, Kachuk in front. Bouncing puck, jammed it, they score! A power play goal! Carter Verhaeghe on the backhand, and the Panthers take the lead.
The defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers are on.
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Sponsored by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers, and by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers.
Now, let's get right to the action.
Welcome inside Lenovo Center here in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's the Florida Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes, Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. The Panthers lead this best-of-7 series, 1-0. Let's get your starting lineups presented by SeatGeek. Your ticket to great Panthers seats for the Panthers, coached by Paul Maurice. Up front, Alexander Barkov between Evan Rodriguez and Sam Reinhart. Seth Jones, Nico Mikkola. Defensively, the goaltender, Sergei Bobrovsky. For Rod Brindamore's Carolina Hurricanes, the starting forward line, Jordan Stahl between William Carrier and Jordan Martinook. Jacob Slavin, Brent Burns defensively. The goaltender is Frederick Anderson. The referees are Dan O'Rourke and Eric Furlat. The linesmen are Ryan Gibbons and Ryan Daisy. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Ben Alexander is our on-site engineer. Vlad Lusat back at studio control. The Panthers won Game 1 by a 5-2 score a couple of nights ago, looking to double their series lead here in this one tonight. Game 2 from Lenovo Center. The Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Panthers in white, left to right. The Hurricanes in black, right to left. Barkov will stand in against Jordan Stahl to get this one started. Barkov and Stahl lean in, and we are underway. The puck is down, and off we go. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final here at Lenovo Center. Puck played down to our left inside the Panthers zone. Seth Jones, a hard hit behind the net from Will Carrier. Puck played up the near boards. Panthers located out. Reinhart to Mikkola, then across to Rodriguez. Over center, Mikkola in left circle. Couldn't get a shot away. Got the puck deep, and then into the far corner. It's picked up by Martinook. Up the far boards, didn't clear. Puck still loose over on that far side of the ice. Barkov digging for it there. A 2-on-2 scrum over along the far boards, and ultimately the puck comes free. It's handled by Jacob Slavin, batted along, and then Stahl will play it out of the zone for Carolina. Coming up on 45 seconds gone by here in the first. Jones dumps it in down to our right. Around it goes Sean Walker for Carolina. To Orlov here on the near side. Did not clear. Matthew Tkachuk, a shot wide over on the far boards. Ekblad, he'll pound it down behind the net. Verhaeghe there, had it poked away. Far corner, Sam Bennett for the Panthers. He'll toss it behind the net. We've gone over a minute early in this one. Here's Verhaeghe. Backhand to the near corner. Tkachuk after it. Orlov poked it away. Sean Walker for the Canes. Far side of the ice. The Carolina Hurricanes control. Andrei Svechnikov didn't clear. Forsling in front of shot. He scores! Gus Forsling, 1 minute 17 seconds in. It's 1-0 Panthers. They cash in off the Carolina turnover.
And you're right, it did start with Orlov turning the puck over. That forechecking pressure, and they could not clear the zone. Panthers just kept coming and coming, and finally they get it back to Forsling, cutting down into the middle. Takes a pass from Tkachuk into that high slot and is able to beat the goaltender, Freddie Anderson, on the first shot of the game, low to the glove, and the production from the defenseman continues. Now 13 goals, and Forsling, the last defenseman to add his name to that list, and it was relentless after that. And that Orlov play just can't be made. It was up the boards. No one is there, and Bennett, Tkachuk, they go to work. Lakes like Low Serena might have taken a high stick off the face-off here, but good for Forsling, and the Panthers on an early lead.
1-0 Panthers, 1:17 in and looking for more. Forsling, a shot from the left point blocked. Anton Lundell, Aaron Ekblad at the right point, a long shot wide. Over on the far boards, Logan Stankoven there for Carolina. Center ice, in go the Canes now. Down to our left, Jack Roslovic, poked away by Ekblad, kept it to the outside, held in Slavin, near circle Taylor. Oh, a shot, that deflects, winds up here in the near corner. Carolina keeps it alive, a pass out to Slavin, poked across the line. This one stolen away as Burns couldn't settle it. Ostarina across center. He'll shake off a check. Didn't get the puck deep. It's knocked out of the air by Burns. Pass straight on. Intercepted. Nico Mikkola back in for the Panthers. Mikkola up the right side. A backhand down wide. A.J. Greer out front. Nobody there. That pass leaves the zone. Hustled down by Kulikov. Batted back over the Carolina line. And now it's Blake for the Carolina Hurricanes. Jackson Blake to center. Dumps it in down to our left. First one back for the Panthers. Kulikov up that far side. Jankowski held it down low. Couldn't hang on to the puck. It's cleared by Greer out to center ice. Shane Gostisbehere for the Hurricanes looks across far side, and the puck dumped into the Panthers end by Walker here on the near boards. Jankowski around the end wall, far side of the ice. The Panthers able to get a clear from Greer down to our right, not far enough for an icing. They get a change, and Gostisbehere a long outlet to Jankowski here on the near side. He'll dump it down to our left. Nico Mikkola in the corner. He's running too hard and taken down by Jordan Martinook, and it takes a lot to knock Nico Mikkola down. Long shot from the line from Orlov, tipped on goal, and a save made by Bobrovsky, and then a Jordan Staal shot deflects, winds up in the seats. 3 minutes, 1 second gone by here in this first period. 1-0 Panthers, but then the Hurricanes, they look for a response. Sergei Bobrovsky and the Panthers weather the storm.
Now some big hits down there, and they're able to get there. Looked like Staal maybe had a chance at a redirection, and pressure coming back from Carolina after giving up at first goal. And you're expecting a really big push as the Panthers are able to score on their very first shot. But the Panthers are willing to take hits in their own zone to get pucks out. There, Mikkola, the defenseman, Forsling.
Now the puck dragged out front. Will Carrier, and a save made by Bobrovsky on a sharp angle try. Then Brent Burns a shot, didn't get it through. And the Panthers head out of their own end. Barkov to Rodriguez, left side. Up to center, the puck played in. Down to our right, a lively inboard hop played by Frederick Anderson. Side of the net, he's under some pressure. Got the puck up the far boards, but the Canes don't clear. Forsling a drive, and that's off a skate, didn't get through. Into the far corner, then and along the far board. Staal helps the Carolina Hurricanes get it out. Center, it's picked up by Ekblad. He'll drive it back in down to our right. 16:22 to go. First period, 1-0. Panthers in front early on. A goal from Gus Forsling, his first of the playoffs, and a heck of a time to get it. Again, Carolina doesn't clear. Tkachuk in front for Hagee, and he just couldn't settle that one down. A diving play from Jordan Martinook prevented a scoring chance, and the Carolina Hurricanes bring it out. Orlov to center, and then Aho will dump one down for Carolina. Svechnikov, far corner, shoved by Forsling. Sebastian Aho out of the corner. Slavin left circle. What a save made by Bobrovsky with the glove. He snares that and keeps Carolina off the board. 4 minutes, 5 seconds in. 1-0 is the score. It's the Panthers in front on an early goal from Gus Forsling. Men need to be smart about their health. Join Alonzo Mourning and a select group of health experts at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit, June 14th. Learn how to take charge of your health. Learn more at BaptistHealth.net/Zotime.
Svechnikov, one of their most trusted stick handlers, for some reason on his backhand, just waved on it. And then the pass in front for Hagee was open. A sliding Martinook was able to get back and break up that play. Down at the other end, a shot coming through from the point on Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky, very aggressive, well outside the top of the blue. Make that save. But again, another turnover from Carolina. That pressure, start to hear footsteps from this Panther team. We saw in the Toronto series, it gets heavy. If you get on quickly, you have to make that play, and they have that understanding. But that was a situation there that I talk about. He has time. He has time, but all of a sudden he thinks, maybe I'm going to get blasted here, and he just throws it blindly on his backhand through the middle of the ice. And if Martinook does not get back and make that diving play, Verhaeghe's going to be in all alone, point blank on Anderson.
Yeah, Svechnikov already in this game with a couple of questionable puck decisions. Puck play down to our left inside the Panthers zone. Far corner, Taylor Hall out along the boards. It was too hot to handle for Jordan Walker. Puck goes all the way down to our right. And this one's going to be picked up by Gostisbehere here in the near corner. Gostisbehere, cross ice, Sean Walker right side. Oh, a hard hit delivered by Nico Mikkola on Stankoven. Far boards took him down. Puck picked up, played up the far side. Anton Lundell through the neutral zone. Batted back the other way by Gostisbehere. Picked up then by Lewosterin. Marchand, Lewosterin left circle. Looks out front, backhand, and that one just slid wide as Mikkola was creeping in on the back door as well to provide some pressure. Quick breakout from the Canes. Left side, it's Taylor Hall, and he's closed in on and taken down by Kulikov. Panthers have control. Outlet feed from Tomas Nosek. Across center, it's dumped in by Kulikov. Puck goes around the inboards. Jonah Kadjevich in the far corner. Behind the net, A.J. Greer tied up there. Jankowski tries to poke one up the boards. Can't get it through. Sent around the end wall here on the near side. A race for it, and Jackson Blake there first. Didn't clear. Puck loose out front, and the Carolina Hurricanes ultimately get a clear from Orlov.
Super gap control by Mikkola there, standing up the blue line, allowed the Panthers to go the other way, creating an odd-man rush. And Lewosterin put his head down and walked around everyone and drove it hard to the nets, tried to stuff it around the right pad of the goaltender Anderson, but the gap control in the neutral zone's been better.
Eric Robinson up the left side for Carolina after they stole one away out around center ice. Jacob Slavin near side down behind the net. Nate Schmidt far corner. Jackson Blake had it pulled away. And then it's Evan Rodriguez to Dmitry Kulikov. Panthers bring it out into the neutral zone. A pass to Reinhart, jumped away. And Sean Walker back inside the Carolina zone to Slavin. Up the far side, Martinook takes a shove down to our left behind the net. Bobrovsky is there, swings it off to the far corner. The Canes keep it down low. Jordan Stahl back in near point. Slavin down the near circle. Stahl couldn't settle it down. Loose puck hops out front of the net. Forsling there to pick that one up, came to the rescue and got the clear, and down into the Canes zone to our right. It's Slavin quickly out to center for Stahl. Big collision at center ice as Martinook and Tkachuk ran into one another.
Matthew Tkachuk fell down and took out Martinook. That was called in the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 7 last year. Remember when Tkachuk wiped out? That's a no call. You lose your
incidental contact.
Yeah, you lose your incidental contact, and Martinook laid on the ice for quite some time trying to sell that.
Now the puck played up the near side by Frederik Andersen. Svechnikov tries to dangle in. Backhands to the far corner. Nico Mikkola back for the Panthers. He'll swing it around. Far boards. Tkachuk touch pass. Speed. Left side. Carter Verhaeghe. Up the wing for the Panthers into the offensive end. Slams on the brakes. Looks for a trailer. Jams one down to the far corner. Brent Burns shoved there by Marchand. Puck came free. Verhaeghe looks to center. And a puck that deflected into midair. Was off the stick of Anton Lundell. The Hurricanes bring it along. Aho gets it deep. Mikkola back behind the net. Far side for Lewosterin. Sidesteps a check there. Pressure along the far boards. 2-on-2 scrum. Lundell jars it free. Panthers will try and clear. And Nico Mikkola hands it along for Brad Marchand, who does get it out to center ice.
Those are the scrums you have to win. That 50-50 puck battles to get it out. And you can see all the kinds of hits you're going to have to take to make those plays on the wall.
Here's Lewosterin right side, a shot, and that hit a leg on the way, didn't get through. Out come the Carolina Hurricanes in a hurry. Right side, Taylor Hall taking a feed from Jack Roslovic. Into the far corner, Nate Schmidt. He bumps Hall off the puck, still loose over on that far side. They continue to battle for the loose puck. Taylor Hall on it to the line for Orlov. Orlov spins away from some pressure, buys some time and space, feeds it out to Gostisbehere. Orlov, one-timer, and a save made by Bobrovsky. 12:01 to go here in the first. 1-0. It's the Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes, and with that, we'll step aside for our first media timeout. Gus Forsling has the Panthers up 1 in Game 2 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, all. This is Alonzo Mourning, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Every Stanley Cup champion started somewhere. Begin your championship journey with the Florida Panthers Learn to Play. Learn to Play is designed to introduce the game of ice hockey to boys and girls ages 5 to 9. For only $250, each participant will receive 6 weeks of on-ice training from Florida Panthers alumni and USA Hockey certified coaches, as well as a custom-fitted free set of ice hockey equipment that they can keep at the program's conclusion. For sign-up, location, and scheduling information, visit floridapanthers.com/learn-to-play. Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
12:01 to go first period. 1-0 Panthers and a goal from Gus Forsling. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers lead the series 1-0. Remember to feed your fan with a new Panthers sub only at Publix, the official supermarket of the Panthers. Billy, something to watch. Carolina has one player who hasn't touched the ice yet. As a matter of fact, Scott Morrow, the young defenseman, the only player for either team who hasn't had a shift yet. Rod Brindamore might be going with a 5D rotation for a lot of this.
Yeah, very possibly. Morrow was on the ice for 3 goals against last game and took a penalty, which led to a Panthers goal. So not a lot of trust in the youngster for Rod Brindamore, and he's been pasted to the bench.
And it's only his second Stanley Cup playoff game tonight. Last game was the first, and Jalen Chatfield is the every-night defenseman for Carolina, who remains out with an injury. So we'll see how they run the bench on the defensive side the rest of the way. Down to our left into the Panthers zone. Carrier, Kulikov, they collide. Both go down. Neither is up with the puck on his stick. Still battled for back by the net. Carrier does get in there and dig it free. Gives to Burns. Kulikov the takeaway up the far side. Off the dasher. Evan Rodriguez couldn't settle it. Kulikov around near side. Nate Schmidt for the Panthers. Off the short glass. Got the clear. Off the glove of Slavin. And now as it's touched up by Martinook, looks like
it should be an intentional offside. This should come all the way down into the Carolina end.
I was going to say it was either going to be an offside or a hand pass. Could have been either one.
Martinook was aware of it. Not a lot going on. It's just down deep now. The shots are 2 apiece. Panthers have one on their very first one on the Forsling goal. But you can see how both these teams trying to set that template, that forechecking pressure, and you have to be willing. There's no question. You've got to be willing to take some abuse to get plays out. And so far, Meikle and the defensemen love what they do. Their ability, the wingers standing there, and you got one job as a winger on that sidewall. Just get it out into the neutral zone. Once you get there, just get to the red line and get it down deep on the other end. And Paul Maurice was talking about the dump-ins. They have to be more effective. Freddie Anderson was allowed to play the puck too much last game on their dump-ins and affected the Panthers' forecheck. See if when they start to dump pucks in, they can get it away from the goaltender.
Panthers working right back into the offensive end after Carolina cleared for Hagen to the corner. He and Orlov collide. Puck loose down here, right wing side for the Panthers. Out the line, Seth Jones the hold. Taken back by Aho for Carolina. Backhand far side, and the puck sent cross ice by Svechnikov. Poked up the near boards by Walker. Dumped down to our right by Seth Jones. That rims around the end boards out to the far side of the ice along the board. Svechnikov took a hard lick from Matthew Tkachuk, but the Canes advance it. Down to our left, this one worked into the Panthers' end. Seth Jones used that long reach, got to the puck ahead of Aho, and the Panthers will dart along left to right across your radio. Forsling for Bennett across the Kings logo. Works in left side, Luostarinen. Head to Luostarinen down below the goal line, behind the net to the near circle as he heads all the way around. A long shot off the skate of Slavin, and that one is out of play. 10:26 to go in the first. 1-0 Panthers on an early goal in the opening couple of minutes from Gus Forsling.
And the Panther did incredible on that play. Gus Forsling just cutting hard to the net. And that coverage, because you had that heavy forechecking and the rotation going around, Carolina lost their coverages, and Forsling was able to get down into that high slot. Normally you'd have a winger on him alone, and Panthers defensemen have really picked timely spots to jump up in the play.
Out front, a chance Luostarinen, and that one rolled wide off of Slavin. Didn't get everything on it that he wanted, Luostarinen there. Now out come the Carolina Hurricanes. Hall bolts in, high slot, dropped it back. Shot, Stankoven blocked out in front. It's a lose, and as Roslovic whacked away, it was played to the near point by Marchand, not out of the zone. Then Slavin takes a man down hard here on the near side. That was Luis Arena. Battle continues down here along the near boards to our left into the corner. Worked up high. Slavin has time. Backs up. Long shot gloved easily by Bobrovsky. He saw that one all the way. And with 9:54 to go in the first, it remains 1-0 Panthers here at Lenovo Center in Raleigh. We'll take our second media timeout here. It's the Panthers 1, the Canes nothing. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, South Florida. Regardless of the weather, there's one part of my daily routine that stays tropical year-round. Celsius Tropical Vibe with a delicious combination of starfruit and pineapple. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor. Original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero.
Feel winter coming, South Florida, but it's not just the cooler weather. Talking about Celsius Arctic Vibe. Its icy chill, frozen berry flavor will keep you energized throughout whatever the season brings. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
9:54 to go, first period, 1-0. It's the Panthers in front of the Carolina Hurricanes. What does it mean to feel welcome at Baptist Health? Let's make sure everyone feels cared for and cared about. Here the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Face-off coming up. Near circle down to our left inside the Panthers zone. Gus Forsling, 1 minute, 17 seconds into the hockey game. His first of the playoffs. That has the Panthers up a goal here early on. His first of the playoffs from Kachuk and Bennett. That's the difference so far in this one. Our corner down to our left inside the Panthers end, and now we've got ourselves a whistle and a stoppage in play.
Something that's coming outside. Didn't see what happened down deep in the corner. Really odd, though, that Morrow is a defenseman, your sixth defenseman, that you wouldn't give him a couple of shifts early in the game, just in case, to get his feet. And unless you've decided right from the get-go that he's a passenger unless something goes down. And we're 10 minutes and 15 seconds into the game, and Morrow has not touched the ice. That's a heavy workload for a team like the Panthers that come after you to ask of your defenseman, especially as you got a 40-year-old back there in Brent Burns.
Seems like, Billy, it would be easier to shorten the bench in the third period than the first period.
Yeah.
Now the puck play to our right, Brent Burns after it, sent around the end boards, and Martinook far side of the ice. He'll nudge it out to center, and the Hurricanes are on the move. Stall to Carrier. It's dumped in.
And that's a shortcoming. If Panthers had something, Uvis Valinskas comes in, he's going to play. You got to have trust in whoever goes into that. Your team becomes that much weaker.
Over on that far side, Seth Jarvis drops it back in the Carolina zone. The two defensemen scratched tonight for the Panthers, Uvis Valinskas and Jacob Megna. And you've got about a combined, over 200 games of NHL experience between those two. And they're both out of the lineup. Just shows you the depth this Panthers team has. A takeaway. Bennett left side. Verhaeghe to the circle. Heads down low. He's tied up. Puck kept to the outside. As Sean Walker got there against him. And Verhaeghe recovers. Kachuk banks it out to the near point. Jones. Long drive. And that one's wide. Off the glass. Stays in play. Picked up by Walker. Outlet poked away by Kachuk around center. Back in go the Panthers. Bennett toward Verhaeghe. Didn't connect with him. A takeaway for Walker. He'll give to the near side into the corner where Bennett blasts Svechnikov. Up the near side, Mikkola holds the puck in. Now behind the net, then Verhaeghe thinks about a wraparound on it for bouncing puck, and they score! Carter Verhaeghe took it to the front of the net. 8:19 to go in the first. It's 2-0 Panthers, and that may have gone off something out in front. I believe that something was Matthew Tkachuk.
Crazy start. And this is again Svechnikov down deep in the corner, has the puck, and hangs on to it. And the Panthers were able to work around the net, and for some reason, they only had one defenseman home. They had their other defenseman, Orloff, chasing way up high. That created a 2-on-1 down low. And Verhaeghe was able to just hang out behind the weeds in a big hit. But it was, again, Svechnikov turned it. He's the winger. He's basically passing to where he's supposed to be. Orloff's out of position. Verhaeghe has all kinds of time to walk out from behind the net. Walker, the only defenseman. Anderson got looking the wrong way for too long. And you're right. That probably does go off Tkachuk into the net.
Looked like it went off his stick. At first, I thought it went off his skate, but I think it went off the stick of Matthew Tkachuk, as a matter of fact.
You created a 2-on-1 down low. And Svechnikov is a winger down deep in the corner. He's the left winger. He's thrown it exactly to where he's supposed to be standing. There's absolutely no chance anyone can be there. We've seen two really brutal plays by Svechnikov, and all of a sudden this Bennett line with Tkachuk and Verhaeghe 5-on-5 has been driving the force here in the first period.
Svechnikov's having a tough first 12 minutes of this hockey game, too. Left point, here's Forsling, down low, Luostarinen in close, settle, shot, blocked, loose, and it's kept alive. Ekblad in the high slot, a shot tipped on goal, and a save made by Anderson. Anton Lundell got a stick on that, nudged it on that, then some shoving in close as Roslovic and Lundell go after one another. Then Brad Marchand draws the attention of 3 Carolina Hurricanes into the near corner. Well, you get everything all stirred up now.
You're going to roll 5 defensemen. This is some of the, you're going to lead into some of this forechecking pressure that's happening and some of the confusion there. Yeah, because Svechnikov was down deep in the corner and passed it up the wall, Orloff, the defenseman, was the only one that could maybe chase down the puck. So he ends up chasing, and Svechnikov goes. That left poor Sean Walker. I could not believe how much time there was for Verhaeghe behind the net, and it's a 2-on-1 against Walker, and Verhaeghe says, I got time to walk out. And then Walker came over to force him, and there's a quick 2-on-1 in front of the net, and Verhaeghe over to Tkachuk, and 2-0 on 3 shots. That's efficiency.
Puck played up the near side, and Scott Morrow, the young defenseman, looks like he's making his first appearance of the game tonight here. Gets one out to center ice, and then Jackson Blake will dump it in down to our left. Into the corner, Jonah Gadjevich, then behind the net, Dmitry Kulikov lays one along. It's off Jackson Blake, who holds it down low for Carolina. Nate Schmidt here in the near corner. Up the boards. Nosek tied up, nudged it up the wall. Gadjevich a clear. And at center ice, it's tracked down by Morrow, the last man back for Carolina. Up the far side, that lane is closed off. Greer then to Gadjevich, dumped in along the far side. I think the Panthers may have been saying there could have been a too many men call against Carolina, who is in the midst of a change. Up the far side, Slavin, and his pass broken up. In go the Panthers. Barkov up the left wing. Barkov to the far corner. Burns trips him up a little bit. Barkov stays with it, and ultimately they tie up in that far corner. Jordan Stahl back there trying to pull the puck free, and eventually he has it. Jordan Stahl up the boards, and he will poke that one out to the neutral zone. 6:48 to go in the first as the puck is chipped out of play by Mikkola. 6:48 left first period. 2-0. The Panthers 2-on-4 shots here in the opening frame. So the Panthers a 2-goal lead here in Game 2 of this Eastern Conference Final. SeatGeek's the official ticketing partner of the Panthers. Get all your Panthers tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. That's SeatGeek. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
The Panthers have just blistered opponents with goals off turnovers, and that last one coming within 10 seconds of a turnover. That would be 20 goals within 10 seconds of an opposition turnover. And coming in, no other team had more than 11. So try and put that in perspective, how good. And the first one that was off a turnover took a little more longer than 10 seconds. But you turn the puck over against this Panther team, you're going to pay a heavy price.
Now Tkachuk here at the near corner, a reverse hit on Andrei Svechnikov. That slowed him down a bit. Puck still loose on the end wall. Bennett to Tkachuk here on the near side. And he'll nudge it out past Slavin. Svechnikov went in there, threw a hit on Tkachuk. And Tkachuk gave a little whack back. Meanwhile, Burns back inside the Carolina zone. Cross ice to Slavin. Up the near side. It's going to go down to our left inside the Panthers. And Mikkola into the near corner. Seth Jones after it. And he's in a tie-up. Then Mikkola down there to help out. Puck squirts free out front of the net. Seth Jones there. And it's going to eventually be taken by Verhaeghe, who lobs one out to center ice. Taken back by Gostisbehere for Carolina. Tkachuk and Svechnikov. More jostling over there at the bench area.
Looked like there was a shot to the back of Tkachuk's head. There's some frustration going over on the Hurricane side. Maybe they both got 2 each. I'm not sure. But Svechnikov took it, punched
Carolina
it.
minor penalty, 37, roughing.
That's it. Tkachuk drew the penalty.
And again, Svechnikov having a tough start here tonight. This time he takes a penalty, and Matthew Tkachuk is clearly under his skin and under the skin of the entire Carolina group over there. 5:53 left in the first, 2-0. Panthers leading and looking for more on the power play when we come back on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
The excitement continues in Hallandale Beach with live racing action Thursday through Sunday at Gulfstream Park. Plan a day after races in 10 Palms Restaurant with premium dining and elevated track views, or take in the races trackside from the Carousel Club with a craft cocktail. For stake schedules, reservations, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
5:53 to go. First period, 2-0 the Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Panthers to the power play presented by our friends at Publix, as Andrei Svechnikov took a roughing minor, got into it with Matthew Tkachuk a little bit, and stepped over the boundary, Billy.
This is something Rod Brindamore emphasized. Cannot take dumb penalties against this team. That all penalty that happened in the first period just said we have to maintain our discipline. Well, that went out on the window on that play by Svechnikov. Hard hit in the back of Tkachuk, then a punch to the head.
Face-off, far circle down to our right inside the Carolina zone. And off the face-off, Brent Burns with it. He'll shuffle into the line. Glove down nicely by Seth Jones. And then it's Barkov to an open Tkachuk right circle. Across to the far circle then for Ekblad. Just missed him there on the pass. And now the Hurricanes bring it out. Martinook to Stahl. Up the right side. And Stahl had it poked away by Tkachuk. Barkov up the wing. Brought on by Reinhart. Dropped back Tkachuk. Tkachuk through the center circle, drifts off to the far side, pass across, and it's slapped away by Martinook before it arrived on the tape for Barkov. 1:26 on the Svechnikov penalty. It's a Panthers power play presented by Publix. Reinhart at center ice, right side Ekblad. A feed to Barkov, bouncing puck, didn't arrive on the target, and Orlov breaks out 3-on-2 for Carolina. Up the right side, Jarvis, and then a pass sent down low by Aho, back behind the net. Jarvis tied up, Barkov will grab control, and the Panthers bring it out, 1:01 to go in the power play for the Panthers here. Tkachuk to Barkov at center. Panthers get the next unit on, Rodriguez to Schmidt, and now he will carry out towards center ice. Gives to Evan Rodriguez. In over the Carolina line, Rodriguez dumped down hard by Orlov. Got the puck deep. It's played up the near side. Carolina breaks it out. 2-on-1 Stahl. The puck carrier left side of the circle. Threads it to the trailer. Martinook shot. Save made by Bobrovsky. And the Panthers up the ice in a hurry. Verhaeghe for Rodriguez on the right wing. Has Marchand cutting the net. Rodriguez a shot. It's blocked. And back behind the net, Martinook is there. That one may have gotten Sean Walker somewhere where there's some discomfort right now. Verhaeghe is shot. That's blocked again, this time by Martinook. A shot, and they score! And it's Carter Verhaeghe. Picked it up on the bounce. A power play goal. And the Panthers have a 3-0 lead with 4:10 to go here in the first.
Critical save on one end, 3-on-2, and Martinook gets it right in the gullet. Come against Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky is able to make that save, and then we're in a track meet. It comes back the other way for the Panthers. They're able to get some zone possession time. They work it around, and Carter Verhaeghe is able to get to the top of that left face-off circle and just wrist one by the goaltender, Freddie Anderson. This might be the end of Freddie Anderson's night. I'm not quite sure, but he's given up 5 shots, 3 goals. And Rod Brindamore sticks with him, but power play goal again. Carolina Hurricanes have given up 2 power play goals this entire playoffs before this series. The Panthers now have 3 in 2 games, and the Panthers with 10 goals.
3-0 Panthers, 4:05 to go in the first.
10 for 23 on the road on the playoffs. Power play up 45%.
Gostisbehere across the ice. Long feed, and it's angled down to our left, deep into the Panthers' end by Eric Robinson. 2-on-2, back behind the goal. Nico Mikkola jars it free, but it's kept down deep. Carolina with control. Blake to the right point. Morrow a shot. That's well wide. Here on the near boards, A.J. Greer with it, and he will bank it off the boards, high into the air, down to our right. Icing call. And that will bring up a whistle. 3:31 left of the first. 3-0. The Panthers all over Carolina here in the first.
One way to break down their penalty kill is if they take chances and they go the other way 3-on-2. Well, they're scrambling all the way to get back because it's an odd man rush for the Panthers on the other side of it. That allows that easy entry into the zone and all. You're looking. Who do I got to cover now? It's disjointed. Verhaeghe had plenty of time and space, and there's one your goal. That's Freddie Anderson. For as great as he's been, you'd expect the save from a goaltender in that situation. There's no traffic in front of him. A wrist shot from the top of the left faceoff circle beats him clean. They're going to stick with him, which I'm kind of surprised. Kachetkov over there has played well. Freddie Anderson has been pulled one other time in these playoffs, and that was against the Capitals. But looking for a momentum swing or anything, it doesn't. Freddie Anderson just hasn't had it in the first 4 periods against this Panther group.
3:25 left in the first, 3-0 the score.
You could throw that Washington stat out.
And exactly a stat here. The Panthers have more goals through 4 periods in this series than the Capitals had against Freddie Anderson in 5 games in their second round series. Far side of the ice, it's Anton Lundell to wind it around. Ekblad a shot that's wide over the far corner, then picked up, and Stankoven hands it along out to center ice. Goes Jack Roslovic, dropped it off to Taylor Hall, spun around and loose over on that far side. Roslovic again out to the near point. Pass missed the mark and goes out to center. 2:55 to go in the first. 3-0. The Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes. As the puck's carried to center ice, it's Forsling to Marchand, dumped in down to our right. Far corner, it's Sean Walker there to clear. Got it all the way down for Carolina. It's going to be an icing call. 2:38 left in the first. 3-0. The Panthers in front. Have you heard of Paint the Grain? Paint the Grain is a DIY craft studio which hosts workshops such as kids' birthdays, ladies' nights, and corporate events. Located in Davie on Griffin Road. Check out paintthegrainstudio.com for their schedule of events and follow them on social media at Paint the Grain.
And there's Bobrovsky making the difference. He hasn't had a lot of action, but that 3-on-2 shorthanded, that's a really good look in the middle of the slot by Martinook, and is able to make that save, and the Panthers go down the other way and score on the power play, and that's the difference goaltending makes.
Puck played the length of the ice. Bobrovsky off the glass. And this one stays inside the Panthers zone. It's picked up by Tkachuk, and out come the Panthers 3-on-2. Center ice, a pass. Jones nudged over the line. Offside call against the Panthers. 2:20 to go here in the opening frame. 3-0. It's the Panthers out front of the Carolina Hurricanes.
What if you're Rod Brindamore, what do you do now? Do you try and open it up in the second period, go back in the locker room, or stick with your system? This is a shot volume team. And they only have 3 shots in this opening period. They're usually love to get around that 40 mark if they can, shoot from everywhere. The zone possession and the efficiency of the Panthers getting out of their own end has been able to continue here in this opening period. That was a staple in game number 1. They got out of their own zone clean.
And we got another look, Billy, at the third Panthers goal. It went off Sam Bennett's stick out front. So there was a deflection there. Okay. Sam Bennett's got his team leading 8th in the playoffs. Verhaeghe and Rodriguez on the assists on that most recent one. The power play goal for the Panthers, the third goal.
Getting a look on our replays now. Oh, yeah, a little deflection. So we can't take the blame against Anderson back. But still, good net front presence by Bennett there. Good shot by Verhaeghe. Bennett, his second power play goal of the series. And stand in front of the net, take the eyes away of Anderson, get a stick on it. And I guess I should watch the replays a little bit more closely from now on. It was easy to digest when you see it at that angle. They just showed. I believe that maybe TNT, our coverage that we're watching on TV, might have just realized it as well.
Yep, they showed it a handful of times. At game speed, Didn't quite see the deflection, but when they slowed it down, absolutely.
Playoff Sam.
8 in the playoffs for Sam Bennett.
What a start for that line in general. Kachuk, Bennett, Verhaeghe. And then on all the grit. It's so great about this Panther team. Where's it going to come from? All of a sudden it's Lundell. All of a sudden it's Barkov's line. Tonight it's Verhaeghe and Marsh and Bennett, Verhaeghe and Kachuk. It's just wild. The defensemen are scoring. Good luck trying to handle all that. And then the fourth line's just putting a little salt and pepper in the mix.
Off the draw, Taylor Hall scoots along. He's dumped down hard at center ice by Nate Schmidt. Puck played in down to our right. The fans here wanted to call against Nate Schmidt, and there are some nights in the National Hockey League that would be called. That was kind of a 50-50 play, and Nate Schmidt got away with it that time. So down to our left, Schmidt up the boards. Marchand will bolt along, and he will take it across center. Puck was swept away, and Orlov back inside the Carolina line. Nudged one out to the center circle. Anton Lundell clogged the lane. It's batted at. Roslovic got it over the Panthers line. Down to our left, Forsling is there. Forsling flutters one on, and that one is taken back by Roslovic.
Too many men on the ice coming up against the Panthers.
That looks to be the call, yep.
There's players jumping over the bench. Confusion. 2 defensemen jumped, one on the ice, and ends up like it's going to be a call for too many men against the Panthers here late in the first period. There's all kinds of players jumping on and off over on the side for the Panthers.
Well, 1:27 left in the first, 3-0 the score.
Forsling had broke his stick, and then 2 defensemen jumped over for Forsling. So whoever they thought was for Forsling, Jones tried to get both Ekblad and Jones came over the bench. Not sure who was supposed to Jones and Mikkola came over the bench. Not sure who it was, but they should know who they're responsible for. When I'm on the bench, you're always yelling out. Next up, I got Marchand when he comes off. I got Marchand. It's usually the rotation, even along the defenseman there. You should be yelling it on the bench, even though you know it 1,000 times who you're supposed to take. But for whatever reason, Mikkola and Ekblad did not know who was supposed to replace Forsling.
So Kachuk will serve the penalty. And Billy, if you're looking at this from the Carolina perspective, I know it's still the first period, but you almost have to score here if you're looking at it from Carolina's viewpoint. Here on the near side, it's Jarvis to the inboards. Blake couldn't hang on to that puck, and Barkov will get it all the way down.
Yeah, get through this penalty kill. That's going to be take it even more air out of the balloon that's been happening here at the Lenova Center.
Could carry over into the second period. The Carolina power play. A pass from Gostisbehere well off the mark. Bobrovsky up the far side. Held in far point Jarvis. Svechnikov right side Blake. He's dumped down hard by Ekblad along the boards, and the Panthers clear.
Worked by Ekblad there. Worked over Blake.
Gostisbehere to center, right to left across your radio. It's played in. Around the inboards, Louis into Forsling there. Back behind the net, the Carolina Hurricanes keep control. Gostisbehere across Jarvis. Side Svechnikov, 30 seconds in the period. Gostisbehere at the line. Aho near point. Hands it down to the corner. Shuffled in the net by Jarvis. Couldn't reach a teammate there. Recovers Jarvis near point. Aho. Across then, it's handled by Gostisbehere. Given the right circle, feeds it across, and Jarvis couldn't hang on to that one. Couldn't let the one-timer go as Aho set him up. Gostisbehere straight on. Right circle. Blake across to the near circle. Svechnikov up top. Gostisbehere shot deflects away. It was blocked by Nosek. Now Gostisbehere again. Right point. The horn sounds. The Canes ran out of time.
He got 3 shots on net, and for some reason, Aho walks around and gets in, and he's all alone. There was some confusion, and we saw Verhaeghe shoot the puck from there and get the Bennett redirection. He tries to pass it across. Svechnikov fans on a one-timer, and then a valiant block shot by Nosek as he takes it right in the numbers, 92, right in the back, as Gostisbehere unloaded one, and they get out of that penalty kill situation without giving up a shot on net. And 3 shots for Carolina. Now going back, I'm not sure the last time Carolina had 3 shots on net in a period. Only 5 for the Panthers, but 3 went in. That shooting percentage is going to go up on the Panthers side. Forechecking pressure, turnover, same old story, but better through the neutral zone for this Panther team.
And we will have one of the Panthers joining us downstairs here any second now. 3-0 Panthers through 20 minutes of play here in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers trying to take a 2-0 lead back home for Saturday night's Game 3. Still some work to do, but the Panthers in a good spot. And we are awaiting our guest downstairs outside the dressing room following 20 minutes of action. SeatGeek Road ahead. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Panthers seats. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Game 3 will be 8 o'clock Saturday night at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Game 4 Monday night at 8 p.m. And, of course, we're on the air with our coverage beginning at 7:30 with Panthers preview each night. So that's what lies ahead for Games 3 and 4 coming up for the Panthers on home ice. Now we go downstairs outside the Panthers dressing room after 20 minutes of play. We've got Panthers forward Eetu Luostarinen with us downstairs outside the room. And, well, Eetu up 3-0 through 20 minutes. I know there's still a long way to go here, but especially on the road, you can't ask for much better than this. What worked so well there in the first 20 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, pretty good period. I think we were skating, we were working hard, and we got rewarded by goals. I think we were really efficient with those chances we had.
Yeah, 3 goals on 5 shots. That's pretty efficient. But again, getting under your zone clean, it looks like you're only 3 shots for Carolina. You're able to break out with some efficiency. That allows you to go down in the other end and spend some time. How's your breakout been so successful?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we've been better than last game for sure. Just close support. We know what they're trying to do on the pressure, so we're trying to outplay them.
Eetu Luostarinen, our guest downstairs. You and Anton and Brad Marchand have continued to just play so well together as time goes on. Just describe the chemistry that the three of you guys have had here in these playoffs.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun so far, and March coming in, bringing a lot of energy to the line, and it's been fun.
Does Marchand ever stop talking to you guys, or is he always in your ear barking about something?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time he's talking, but I mean, it's a great thing. He's an experienced guy, so he knows what he's talking about, and also he jokes around, so it keeps it light.
Teach him some Finnish.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's hard.
Eetu Luostarinen, our guest downstairs. Eetu, thanks for stopping by. Best of luck here the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eetu.
That is Eetu Luostarinen. And Billy, before we hand it off to break, it felt like on last year's playoff run, Gus Forsling was the player whose stock maybe rose the most during that run. Had a heck of a playoff year. And it felt like we always knew how good he was in South Florida, but it felt like everybody across the hockey world took note during last year's run. This year, it feels like a lot of people are learning a lot about Eetu Luostarinen in a short period of time.
Yes, they are. He's a big, huge body. He could score. He goes to the net, and Brad Marchand has been wonderful for those guys as far as the communication. You talk about all the talk and leading more to them. Hey, we know how to play defensive hockey. When you get the puck on your stick, take a second here. Breathe. We can do some stuff with it. We can, and you could see it even there on that Luostarinen and had it inside the blue line. Took it hard to the net. Held on to it. Let's say I'm a big, strong guy. I'll take it hard to the net. Good luck getting it off me. And as I said, if you're a coaching staff, how do you deal with this? All of a sudden, Bennett, Tkachuk, and Verhaeghe, they're your number one line tonight.
It changes every night.
It changes every night, and you're getting the deep production. 13 goals from the defenseman now is wild, and Forsling was the only one not to have it. The next closest is 8, to put it in perspective. You got Nate Schmidt up in the Tampa Bay series of Forsling here. Uwe Spolinska's not even in the lineup as a goal. They've been able to spread the wealth up front, even into the fourth line. If you're on the other side, it's just a headache. It's just a nightmare headache who you're going to match. Usually it's Barkov, like Stahl against Bart. Like, okay, well, if I put this line out there against the Tkachuk, Roslovic going against Tkachuk, not so good. Trying to sort things out. So we'll see what moving forward. Panthers did take advantage on all their shots so far in this series. That is also played in big part here as the Freddie Anderson has not made the saves when called upon, and whether you want to blame him or not, the pucks are going in.
3-0 Panthers leading here in Raleigh, Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 60-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples to Orlando. Come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast and fun wash. Go to elcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join Wash Save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean. Kevin Rogers takes over next in our first intermission show. He'll recap everything we've had happen here. 3-0 Panthers through one period of Game 2 here in the Eastern Conference Final. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
There's a problem if you drink and drive a boat. It never just affects you. Boating under the influence is illegal and dangerous. Save lives by staying sober. Learn more about Florida's boating laws at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the FWC Division of Law Enforcement.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit petmeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
This is the first intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
First intermission underway from Raleigh, and the Panthers looking good to say the least. A 3-0 lead over the Hurricanes. Game 2 of this Eastern Conference Final. Panthers seeking a 2-0 lead heading back home on Saturday. Kevin Rogers with you. Before we listen back to the goals, let's pause for station identification right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The best hockey
All
lives
three
here.
Canucks are back. Shin, in, Shin, Perron, Schwartz, they score!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. EIS HD2 Boca Raton.
The Panthers cruise past the Hurricanes 5-2 in Game 1 back on Tuesday, seeking that valuable 2-0 series lead before Game 3 in Sunrise on Saturday night. Sergei Bobrovsky and Frederick Anderson in the nets once again. And the Panthers, it took them less than 90 seconds to get on the board tonight.
Carolina Hurricanes control. Andrei Svechnikov didn't clear. Forsling in front of shot. He scores! Gus Forsling, 1 minute, 17 seconds in. It's 1-0 Panthers. They cash in off the Carolina turnover.
That goal for Gustav Forsling, his first of the postseason. Matthew Tkachuk and Sam Bennett assisting 1:17 into the first, giving the Panthers a 1-0 lead. Their fastest goal in a period in the first period that the Panthers have scored so far in the playoffs. So 1-0 right out of the chute. It was 1-0 for the first half of the first period, and then it was Matthew Tkachuk, who didn't score in the Toronto series, but he would cash in out in front to give the Panthers a 2-0 lead.
Takeaway for Walker. He'll give to the near side into the corner where Bennett blasts Svechnikov up the near side. Mikula holds the puck in. Now behind the net, then Verhaeghe thinks about a wraparound on it for bouncing puck, and they score! Carter Verhaeghe took it to the front of the net. 8:19 to go in the first. It's 2-0 Panthers, and that may have gone off something out in front. I believe that something was Matthew Tkachuk.
And Matthew Tkachuk able to put it past Frederik Andersen, his fourth of the postseason. Carter Verhaeghe and Nico Mikkola assisting 11:41 into the first. Panthers up 2-0. And then a few minutes later, Panthers on the power play, a big sequence here as the Cats getting another big save from Sergei Bobrovsky, and that would spring the Panthers' third goal.
Played up the near side. Carolina breaks it out. 2-on-1 stall. The puck carrier left side of the circle. Threads it to the trailer. Martinook shot. Save made by Bobrovsky. And the Panthers up the ice in a hurry. Verhaeghe for Rodriguez on the right wing. Has Marchand cutting the net. Rodriguez a shot. It's blocked. And back behind the net. Martinook is there. That one may have gotten to Sean Walker somewhere where there's some discomfort right now. Verhaeghe is shot. That's blocked again. This time by Martinook. A shot. And they score. And it's Carter Verhaeghe. Picked it up on the bounce. Power play goal, and the Panthers have a 3-0 lead with 4:10 to go here in the first.
And that goal actually deflected off Sam Bennett, his eighth of the postseason. Comes to the power play. Carter Verhaeghe, his second assist of the period. Evan Rodriguez assisting as well. Started with the Bob save, ended with the Bennett goal. 15:50 into the first. Panthers with a 3-0 lead. 5 first period goals so far for the Cats in this series. Hurricanes allowed just 1 first period goal against Washington in the second round. Sergei Bobrovsky, he made just 3 stops in the first period, all big saves, while Frederik Andersen saw 5 shots, and he made only 2 saves as the Panthers with this 3-goal lead. Coming up, we'll take a look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. Also, South Florida sports scene all straight ahead. 1 period in the books of Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers 3, the Hurricanes nothing. Cats seeking a 2-0 series lead as we continue the first intermission right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amarant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
First intermission continues in Raleigh. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers lead the series 1-0. They're up 3-0 tonight through 20 minutes to play. Kevin Rogers with you as we take a quick look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all tomorrow night. The Western Conference Final resumes in Dallas. Game 2 of that series. Stars up 1-0 after they came back and beat the Oilers 6-3 last night to take the series opener. Coming up next, we'll take a look at the South Florida sports scene. And then we'll have the second period from Raleigh. Panthers 3, the Hurricanes nothing after 1 right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, y'all. This is Alonzo Mourne, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amarant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Couple minutes away from the start of the second period. Panthers 3, the Hurricanes nothing. Kevin Rogers with you. Quick look at the South Florida sports scene. We're going to look at the NBA playoffs. Western Conference Finals Game 2. The Thunder lead the Timberwolves 27-20. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Coming up next, the second period in Raleigh. Panthers 3, the Hurricanes nothing. Right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
I love the ocean.
Me? I love a slow winding river. I love the lake. Slick as glass.
But nothing compares to what you love inside the boat.
My family.
My child.
My best friend from first grade.
If you're behind the wheel of a boat, pay attention. That way your favorite water will always be safe water. Learn more about boating safety at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call, because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
3-0 Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes after one in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Set to begin the second period here shortly. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. However, some bad news as well. Sam Reinhart, lower body injury, will not return tonight. He was hit low by Sebastian Aho at the blue line with about 5:10 to go in the first period, and we didn't see him after that, and now he's been ruled out for the rest of this one.
Yeah, very questionable hit by Aho. He went low with the hip check right at the knees of Reinhardt and took him out late. Not a good hit. Bad experience and a terrible out for the Panthers.
Yeah, it was a low hit, no question about that. And there was no penalty on the play, but upon seeing the replay and looking at a couple angles of it during the intermission, as Carolina guilty of an icing 10 seconds into the second period. No question,
it's right, and it's
a late and low hit.
Yes, he's going really, really down low. A lot of times we see that call as a trip when you go that late with the hip check. And late, and Sam Reinhart hobbled off the bench, will not return.
And Sam Reinhart, there's a guy that just doesn't miss time, Billy.
Yeah.
So Carolina at the tail end of a power play here, by the way, as we're off and running in the second period. They break it out from their own end. Tomasz Nosek, a great read at center. He'll dart back in as he comes away with the puck on a turnover. Puck play down to our left back behind the Carolina net. That's going to eat up a lot of what remains here on this Carolina man advantage. Seth Jarvis out to center ice. Near side for Blake. Played down behind the net. Rims around the end boards. Over on that far side, Svechnikov. He'll have it ripped away. Verhaeghe tried to clear, held in. Out of the far point, Jarvis across near side. Behind Aho. Rims around. Verhaeghe in the corner. Shuffled it back for Ekblad. And then Ekblad here to Forsling near side. Banks it up the near wall. Kachuk didn't handle it. Aho in front of shot. He scores. And Sebastian Aho gets Carolina on the board early in period number 2. 51 seconds into this middle frame.
Here's the story of the game. If you cough the puck up, it's going to end up in the back of your net. Carolina did it a multitude of times in the opening period. This time, the Panthers don't get it out on the wall, and it turns over right into Sebastian Aho in the high slot. He goes between the wickets to Sergei Bobrovsky. Ekblad tried to bounce it, and then Forsling was trying to make an outlet pass to Kachuk. Mishandled it, and it popped right back onto the stick, Aho, and everyone was out looking for it. We'll have to see. There's some question if this play could be offside. And there might be a challenge because Burns was outside the blue line when he punched it. The question is, does it go off Kachuk's stick or Brent Burns' stick? And Paul Maurice is taking a timeout to take timeout. He wants a longer look at it. So it comes out. The puck comes outside the zone. Kachuk goes to play it. Burns is right there. If Burns forces it back in the zone off his stick, it's going to be offside. If it goes off Kachuk,
That's a close call. They both got there at the same time.
Yeah, but if the Burns touches the back of Kachuk's stick and Kachuk makes first contact, then it stands. So we're getting a look at our replays. The puck's clearly outside the blue line. Yeah, I believe it touches Kachuk's stick last. Good pressure by Burns there on Kachuk to create that turnover. Pops down, and Paul Maurice is going to go with the challenge. So
we're offside of the blue line.
So, this is interesting.
Well, Carolina thinks they've got one back. The Panthers believe they have a case here, and they've challenged this.
We're getting a real blue line look now, and maybe Burns is.
But you break it down frame by frame, and
is there enough to overturn it? Like it's simultaneous contact. It's on Kachuk's stick. I honestly have a hard time seeing this being overturned. It's a rule, but it looks like simultaneous contact. Burns reaching in at the end. The NHL is really going to have to break this down frame by frame by frame by frame, because it's from the naked eye, it's almost impossible to tell whose stick it touched last. And with a 3-0 lead, 3-1 possibility, pivotal moment here. Because if this challenge is not correct, it ends up being a penalty against the Panthers.
Well, I think we've reached a verdict. Let's listen in.
After Florida coach's challenge, the play were ruled to be offside. Therefore, there is no goal in the play.
The challenge is successful. And it stays 3-0.
Whatever they did, frame by frame, good job by the video coach in the room and Paul Maurice and the coaching staff. Good timeout, good utilization of your timeout.
Yep.
Because it was that close. You couldn't figure it out right away within the 30-second limit rule that you have. So Paul Maurice elects to have that timeout, and they determined that Burns created that possession into the offensive zone. He was the last man to touch it. That's an offside, and we're back to 3 Jimmy.
Miles Fee, John Kangemi, the video coaches for the Panthers, always spot on when looking at everything, and they do look at everything. And a successful Panthers coaches challenge gets the Carolina goal off the board. It stays 3-0. Here's A.J. Greer. Down and around the end boards, Slavin behind the net, outlet to Stahl, and he's run to the far boards by Seth Jones. Over on that far side, Jones looked to clear. That's held in, though. Played across to the near circle for Martinook. The pass coming in from Carrier didn't quite arrive cleanly. And now to the far corner, Martinook tracks down a loose puck once again. Shifts it down low onto the end wall then. Battle for a loose puck. Jordan Stahl off to the far corner. Winds it around, and here on the near side, it's picked up and batted at by A.J. Greer. Didn't get it out. Now along the end boards again, carry it. And it ripped away. Cleared on by Greer. Out to the line. Glove down by Walker. Holds it in for Carolina. A shot wide, and Walker was planted onto the seat of his pants by A.J. Greer.
Panthers got to be a little bit more careful with the puck here.
Cleared out to the neutral zone by Rodriguez.
Walker's hurt by that hit by Greer, though. He's taking his time getting back to the bench. He felt it.
Here's Roslovic, right corner for the Hurricanes. Sends it around far point. The Hurricanes working around. Goss to spare near point. Marchand finished the check against him. Then Taylor Hall blasted to the ice by Marchand, who got a shot away. Now the save was made by Bobrovsky, and the puck winds up out of play. 17:40 left in the second period. 3-0. The Panthers in front of the Carolina Hurricanes. Early stages, second period, game 2.
Rod Brindamore probably doesn't talk to his team a lot between periods. I'd imagine they got a talking to between that period from the leadership group, from Rod Brindamore, from everyone. Unacceptable with what transpired in the first period for Carolina. They've come out with a little more pep and a little bit more zip here in this second period. And Panthers got to be careful, just like Carolina. Turn pucks over. The Panthers now starting to create some turnovers, problems of their own.
Face-off wins Sam Bennett back to Gus Forsling. He'll launch one out of the zone. And Matthew Tkachuk crossing in, bumped, and Burns comes up with a loose puck. Brent Burns back in his own end, pass straight on. Svechnikov over to the far side, tossed along by Slavin. It's stolen back. Now the Canes recover its center, and they try to advance it here. Burns up the near side for Aho, missed him. Forsling just inside his own blue line, bats one along, and up to the offensive line, Carter Verhaeghe. Can he settle it down? He does. Rolls it down far corner. Sam Bennett after it. Bennett far side to the net, tip wide by Verhaeghe. Into the near corner, it's picked up by Jarvis.
Verhaeghe beat everyone to the net, screaming, just made that tip a few feet wide.
Out to the near corner, Svechnikov. It's out of his reach behind the net. Forsling bumps it off to the far corner. Sebastian Aho's there. Aho had it pulled away. Verhaeghe up the far side. It's dumped down by Evan Rodriguez to our left. Around it goes. Near boards Barkov. He'll keep it down low. And Aho stole the puck away. Clears it the length. And this one will be an icing call against Carolina. With 16:34 to go in the second. 3-0 is the score here this evening at Lenovo Center. The Panthers in control here in Game 2. Panthers fans score big on game day with Stoner's Pizza. Buy a large cheese pepperoni pizza. Get one free. Order online at stonerspizzajoint.com using the code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza is the official pizza of the Panthers. Online only. Price and participation may vary.
Of all the offside challenges we've seen this year, that might have been one of the most uncertain that we've seen about. And
close call.
Paul Maurice and them. Good call by them. That was a pivotal moment. Now the goal goes off the board. It could have been 3-1 with a power play going the other way, and the correct call. Paul Maurice again.
Aho across the neutral zone. Martinuk far boards. He fights off some pressure from Kulikov. Got a pass out to the line. Orlov across to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere at the line. Pressured. And Rodriguez takes it away. Gives to Barkov. Up to the offensive line. And then an offside call. And it looks like Paul Maurice going into a bit of a rotation with Barkov and Rodriguez. That time, Jonah Gadjevich getting a shift up there with those guys.
If you asked Jonah Gadjevich at the start of the season, you'd be playing with Barkov and Rodriguez. He'd look like
in the Eastern Conference Final.
In the Eastern Conference Final, say you're crazy. That's what's come to. I think you'll see Greer on that line. Point Nosek, trying to break it up, and maybe even down into that fourth line. Keep that fourth line together and maybe put one of your top wingers with that fourth line. But there's going to be mixing and matching on the bench, and we've already seen one too many men on the ice penalty for the Panthers. Now the communication on the bench, you really got to be sure, because Paul Maurice is going to be calling out all kinds of different line combinations up front.
Yeah, if you just joined us, Sam Reinhart ruled out for the rest of this one. Lower body injury. He took a low hit. A questionable low hit from Sebastian Aho with about 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go back in the first period. We haven't seen Sam Reinhart since, and got news during the second intermission, or the first intermission rather, going into the second period, that he would not be available for the rest of this one.
That's not the score. That's the shots on net.
Other than the 3 goals, low event otherwise here in this one is... Here's Jones, near circle, walks to the net. Shot save made by the goaltender Anderson. Down to the far corner, Jones left it for Lundell. Lundell over along the far boards. Anton Lundell for Brad Marchand. Cuts down low into the far corner. Marchand over on that far side. Spins it to the net. And a save made. Anderson looked like he may have gotten a piece there. Roslovic up the far side fails to clear. Marchand over on the far boards. Out to the line. Seth Jones. Jones across. Mikkola. Long drive. And that hit a man. Didn't get through. Back behind the net remains loose. As Orlov has a Panther tied up on the end boards. That's Anton Lundell. Over to the far corner, Taylor Hall. He just got run over by Eetu Luostarinen, who keeps the puck down deep for the Panthers. Kachuk pressuring in there against Morrow, who gets a pass off. Stankoven through center. It's given from Hall to Roslovic and then dumped down to our right inside the Panthers zone. Mikkola takes a shove from Stankoven. However, the Panthers have control. Ekblad cross ice for Hagee. Mikkola hops in the rush, has it at center. He'll flip one into the offensive end. Kachuk in there after Burns. Burns played it up the far boards. Bennett in the way. And now the Hurricanes do gather control. It's played out of the zone up the near side. Slavin in for Carolina. Backhand wide. Far boards on a Karam. Kachuk there. Overshot Kulikov. A shot on net from Jankowski is steered away by Bobrovsky. Over on that far side of the corner, it's Jackson Blake. Behind the net into the near corner. It's hustled down by Nate Schmidt. Up the wall. Held in by Jankowski. Shuffled down the corner. Loose here on the near side. 2-on-2 scrum. Schmidt into a tie-up with Blake. Up the boards then. Kachuk, he'll give to Bennett. And Sam Bennett over for Verhaeghe. Cross ice Bennett. One man to beat. Dropped off. Schmidt the trailer. A shot. It's wide. And off the end boards. Picked up and sent out of the zone immediately by Jankowski. Kachuk back at his own line to Forsling near side. Gains center. Plays it in. Lively inboard bounce out to Jankowski. Dropped off for Burns. Burns will fling it out to center. Didn't connect with Svechnikov. Played rink wide Ekblad. Up the near boards Forsling. Finds Nosek. Tomas Nosek in. Shot deflects. Back behind the net. Barkov hustles it down. Barkov on the inboards then. He had it nudged off his stick. Here on the near side. Picked up and tossed along by Blake. Didn't get it out by Forsling. Hammered back down behind the Carolina net. Over for Gostisbehere in the far circle. He'll launch one out of the zone. And that is going to be tipped by Aho down to our right. So no icing.
See that play by Mikkola behind the net where he just got blasted? Yep. Not only did he make a play, he got out of that hit and started up the rush and became the fourth man available. And again, Nate Schmidt is a third guy on the rush, but making a hit to take a play and Mikkola there, starting to, not only taking that hit, but getting available for a breakout pass. That's astonishing.
Yeah, he's really continuing to grow and develop his game before our very eyes. As the puck's played out to center by Slavin, clearing for Carolina. 13:05 left here in the second. A 3-0 Panthers lead. All the scoring coming back in the first. Mikkola bounces one out of the zone. Lundell, Marchand, right side, cruising in, looks out front. Marchand, Lundell, and it was off the pad of Freddie Anderson. The goaltender knocked it away. Now Lundell out of the far corner, trying to go upstairs off the goaltender, and that one is shaken away as well.
Trying to hit off the old pumpkin from the goal line. Tried to hit him in the head, bounce it in.
Back come the Panthers quickly. Lundell, Luostarinen shot, the glove save made by Anderson. That coming after Mikkola took a hard hit from Martinook in the neutral zone. Little dust up after the whistle. 12:38 to go in the second. 3-0. The Panthers lead the Carolina Hurricanes here in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. Back with more in the middle frame next. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Kids, take the next step in becoming the ultimate Florida Panthers fan by joining the Panthers Kids Club. Members of the Kids Clubs can join for free and receive exclusive benefits, including free entries into monthly raffles, special offers, and customized content to stay informed on all things Panthers. Upgraded memberships, which include a Panthers merchandise pack and other additional benefits, can also be purchased. Visit FloridaPanthers.com/Kids Club for more information on all things Kids Club and to sign up.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, We know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
12:30 to go here, the second, 3-0. The Panthers all over the Hurricanes in this one. All the scoring coming back in the opening frame. And Panthers fans, you can celebrate your team in style whenever the Panthers score 3 or more in a game, which they've already done tonight. You can score 2. Head over to Pliables the next day, rocking your Panthers gear, and enjoy a free Panthers Mood Color Bowl. Pliables is your slice of summer anytime. Sam Reinhart's left the game, though, a questionable, and that's putting it lightly, hit from Sebastian Aho with about 5:10 to go in the first period.
Never love see those low hits like that.
Nope. As you mentioned, late and low. And we hope Sam Reinhart can shake off the effects of that, though he's been ruled out for the rest of this one. Off the draw, here's Kachuk. Bennett tried a shot from the near circle, blocked, and the Hurricanes bring it out. Stankoven will flip it in down to our right. Back behind the Panthers net. Panthers right to left, Carolina left to right here in the middle frame. Kachuk, backhand behind the goal. Now Mikkola picks it up. Mikkola for Verhaeghe. Up the right side, Verhaeghe floats one along deep in the Carolina zone. Mikkola behind the net, Kachuk. Back around. Far boards, it's Verhaeghe. Down to the end wall, Kachuk. Matthew Kachuk there. He'll drag it off to the far boards. Kachuk out to the line. Nate Schmidt walks the blue line, gives to Jones. Near point, down behind the net then. And that's cut off. Played off to the near boards by Burns. Didn't clear Schmidt. Back down behind the net, Verhaeghe. Carter Verhaeghe. Nate Schmidt, near circle. Looks around the offensive end. Now to Verhaeghe, a shot, and that's shaken away by Anderson to the corner. Verhaeghe again out front, a chance, and Gadjevich was partially tied up, couldn't make clean contact there, and the Hurricanes get a clear, this time all the way down from Slavin.
Mikkola's gone to another level. There's no other way to explain it. We've just seen it there. 10 on the rush. Starts everything with the forecheck from the Panthers. One end to the other. That straight line skating speed is a start. It's just fun to watch.
Long pass from Nate Schmidt, angled down to our left by Greer, and then after it to the far corner, Gadjevich hit on Morrow. Morrow up the boards for Martinook, and he will flip one that's off Ekblad, stays in the zone, second chance, played to center. Robinson had it poked away by Forsling, but an offside call against the Panthers. 11:01 to go here in the second period. 3-0. The Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes here in this one. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida Panthers of the National Hockey League is expressly prohibited.
Carolina really hasn't had an answer for the Panthers forecheck in this game throughout the most part. It happened again there behind the net. And almost to Gadjevich, taking that pass from Verhaeghe, battling down deep, winning those pucks, taking it off the defenseman's stick.
A face-off coming from center ice.
Carolina, they must be flabbergasted. 5 shots.
Yep.
Even the shot attempts aren't there. That zone time has been in majority. There was a start and a blip at the start of this opening second period where the Carolina spent a little bit of time, but outside of that, just not much to show for it. And these are the best 2 Corsi teams in the NHL as far as shot attempts. And the Panthers have been able to control that and just tamper it down. And a large part of that just has to do with the ferociousness of that forecheck and keeping pucks in and the ability to break out clean. They can't, with Mikkola and the defenseman and the job that they're doing, taking hits to make plays. The Panthers so efficiently just getting that puck with control over their defensive blue line.
Barkov clean face-off win. Kulikov a shot and it's gloved by Frederik Anderson. He'll hold it. 10:45 to go in the second. 3-0 to score. Panthers in front. Billy, getting to what you were saying too. And if you are fortunate enough to get through and get a shot away, you're having to deal with Sergei Bobrovsky the way he's been going lately.
And this is where Paul Maurice talks about Sergei Bobrovsky and just how mentally strong he is. Just only seeing 5 shots, he has the ability to stay in a game. If somehow a breakaway came his way, he said he is always ready and focused, and that just comes with a veteran goaltender learning over time how to stay focused throughout the course of a game when you're not seeing much action.
Barkov to the far corner. Panthers keep it in. Rodriguez tried to whip it down low. Burns cuts it off. Dave behind the net to Slavin. 10:28 to go, second period. 3-0 the Panthers leading here in game 2. Shots are 12-5 for the Panthers. Burns, outlet pass away from Martinook all the way down. No icing here. Bobrovsky out to play it. Swings it to the near boards. Carrier will hold it in for Carolina, but he's met by immediate Panthers pressure. Barkov and Rodriguez there against him. Slavin pressured at the near point. Hammers it down low. It rims to Bobrovsky behind the net. He'll leave it for Schmidt. Nate Schmidt from the trapezoid inside. 10 minutes to go in the second. We've crossed the halfway point here at Lenovo Center. Puck sent up the far side, the length of the ice. Could be, will be an icing call. And with that, a face-off coming up down to our right. Inside the Panthers zone, 9:45 to go in the second. 3-0, the Panthers in front. If you're just joining us here for this one, the scoring in this game, all back at the first. Forsling, Tkachuk, and then Bennett. It was a deflection of a Carter Verhaeghe shot on the power play. All three of those in the opening frame.
Panthers very good in the face-off circle first period. Again, that's continued here in this second period, winning a lot of draws.
Out to the line, the Canes win this one. Gostisbehere off the feed from Orlov. His shot flutters down behind the net. Kulikov to Marchand. Out of the zone, a little far for Luostarinen, but the puck did clear. Added along by Gostisbehere, cut off by Lundell, played back over the Carolina line. Orlov far side of the ice. He'll dump it in. Bobrovsky behind the net. Hands to Nate Schmidt. Hammered up the boards. Aho kept it in. Pass out front, and that one got away from Svechnikov. And the Panthers will bring it out. Marchand didn't get it out on the first try. Kulikov will skate it out to center ice. He dumps it in. That rims around the end boards. Near corner, caught up to and backhanded along by Gostisbehere. Gets it out down to our right. Seth Jones back inside the Panthers line. Sam Bennett there. Out to center. It's off A.J. Greer. Jarvis. He's spun around. Got a pass away to Roslovic. Handed back for Jarvis. Puck taken away by Tkachuk on a good defensive effort there. And Sam Bennett will bring it up the near boards. He flutters one down to our left, deep into the Carolina zone. Back behind the net, Jarvis. Up the far side. That feed is into the skates of Roslovic. Does not leave the zone. Panthers hold it in. Here's Greer. Left circle. Walks in. Shot. Right pad save made by Anderson. Into the near corner then. Jarvis up the boards. Forsling holds it in. Tried to push it to the net. Couldn't get it through. Second try. Kept it in. Far circle. Jarvis on it then. He's blasted but did clear. That one goes into the bench area, it would appear. 8:26 to go in the second period of action. 3-0. It's the Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes here in this one. We'll step aside. We'll bring it back for more in Game 2 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Catch your Florida Panthers and Amerant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida. Our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs, including Amerant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today. Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Back here in Raleigh, where with 8:26 to go in the second period, the Panthers lead the Carolina Hurricanes 3-0 in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers won 5-2 back on Tuesday night to open up the series. Hoping to take a 2-0 lead back to Sunrise for Saturday night's Game 3. That's going to be an 8 o'clock start. 7:30 Panthers preview across the radio network, and wherever you're tuned in tonight, you can find us coming up again on Saturday evening. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Ben Alexander's our on-site engineer. And Vlad Lusant back at studio control. Panthers in white right to left. Carolina in black left to right here in the middle frame.
Here's the explanation on the offsides from the league. Puck left the attacking zone, and before Brent Burns' stick check caused the puck to re-enter the zone where Sebastian Aho played it. So the determination that Burns' stick forced it back in the attacking zone is why it was called offside.
So right now, Nosek with Tkachuk and Bennett. As the puck's picked up, played up the far side. Slavin back over the Panthers line would lead you to believe that for a bit here, Verhaeghe may slot in there with Rodriguez and Barkov. Puck dumped down to our right by Carrier. And into the far corner, Jarvis back to handle it for the Canes. Near side, Burns shot, stick, save, Bobrovsky, pinballs out front. And Jarvis is there to settle it. Over on the far boards, Jarvis in front. Oh, couldn't get the shot away cleanly. Bennett was there to defend. He poked that puck right out to center ice. Flipped along by Burns. Down to our right, Bobrovsky sees pressure coming. Off the boards, Nosek. Tried to hand it along, couldn't clear. Aho in front. Martinook juggles. Has it here in the near corner. Fires it around the inboards, far side. Orlov after it. Plays it down behind the Panthers net. Martinook pressured by Rodriguez. Puck bumped away. Now Stankoven on it for Carolina. Back behind the net. Dangles out front. Stopped by Bobrovsky. The follow-up stopped as well. That time Martinook in close. Carolina some pressure. Martinook a shot. Save made by Bobrovsky. Puck play to the corner then. And here on the near side, it's Gus Forsling trying to hammer this one out of the zone. Banks it up the near boards. Bennett gets the clear. And this one won't go far enough for an icing. Some good touch on that clear from Bennett. And the Panthers will swap out the personnel. Inside 7 minutes to play in the second, leading 3-0.
Sign white from Carolina.
Here's Stankoven up the right side. Sergei Bobrovsky so far has had the answer for the surge. Is banked up the near side by Rodriguez. Laid back in by Orlov, gloved by Rodriguez, and out he comes. Right to left across your radio. Rodriguez to Verhaeghe. Rodriguez in close. A shot save made by Anderson. The rebound, Verhaeghe reaching for it, didn't settle it down. And Carolina brings it out quickly. Taylor Hall up the near side. Dumps it down, bumped by Mikkola. Rodriguez will send one out to center ice, and the Hurricanes forced to reload there with 6:21 to go in the second. 3-0, the Panthers in front. Dumped down to our right, to the near circle, Hall. Across, far circle, a shot Slavin deflecting to the far corner. It was blocked. And Barkov will drop it back for Seth Jones. Jones near side, Rodriguez. Banks it up the near wall. Hall kept it in, but Barkov will hand it on for Mikkola. He jumps into the offensive end, sidesteps a check at the line, dumps the puck deep into Carolina territory, and again the Panthers get a change.
With all that zone time, they're still not getting pucks to the net. Panthers are able to get in shooting lanes, block shots, sticks, and prevent a lot of it. So it looks like pressure, but it's not getting to where it needs to be for the Carolina side.
Now Kulikov fights off some pressure from Robinson. Backhands up the far boards. Didn't get a clear, but they say a hand pass against Carolina. So that will bring up a whistle. 5:37 left in the second. 3-0 Panthers. Carolina still just 7 shots on goal in the game. Back with more of Game 2 coming up on the other side. Panthers 3, the Canes nothing on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
5:37 to go in the second. 3-0 the Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes here in Lenovo Center in Raleigh. Panthers lead the series 1-0 after that 5-2 win 2 nights ago. 3-0. They lead game 2. All 3 goals coming back in the first. That's the good news. The bad news, Sam Reinhart has left tonight's game with a lower body injury, won't return. Niko Mikkola Sends one down to our left. Marchand almost beat everybody down the ice there. Taylor Hall bounces one out beyond the blue line. Jack Roslovic backpedals inside Carolina territory. Panthers right to left, Carolina left to right. As the puck is sent to the neutral zone, Walker pops it along. Seth Jones back out to center ice. Walker takes a check from Luostarinen. Puck sent rink wide. And Nico Mikkola runs one down. On for Luostarinen, right wing side. A little out of his reach, stays with it. Dropped it back. It's into the skates of Marchand. Deflects out front. And the Hurricanes have it. Taylor Hall up the near side. Bouncing puck. And Roslovic heads in. Left side shot. And a save made by Bobrovsky on Svechnikov. One of the best looks Carolina's had in the hockey game right there.
And that's who they want on the stick for Carolina. Svechnikov. Little dish on the side. He's got some time to pull the trigger on that wrist shot. Bobrovsky, blocker saving. Bobrovsky's using a new blocker this morning.
And now we've got a little dust up away from things. Tkachuk and Stankoven. Meanwhile, 4:41 to go in the second. 3-0 Panthers.
Well, bobbling play and Roslovic able to get it on that side to Svechnikov. And again, for Sergei Bobrovsky, able to get out, challenge on top of that blue paint, shake it away. That's one thing I noticed this morning. Sergei Bobrovsky had a new blocker on, and I'm not sure how much the goaltender staged his blockers and gloves, but it was sparkling white. And then after he took a few warm-up shots, it was all marked up. So I guess once it gets marked up, it's ready to go.
Here on the near boards, Burns hands one on. Jordan Stahl in for Carolina. Rattles one to the far corner. Martinook after it. He's run into by Schmidt. Rodriguez for Kulikov. And he wasn't able to clear. Puck loose in that far circle. Barkov to Rodriguez. Then Barkov off the short glass. Got it out. Down to our left, it's Slavin across to Burns. Carolina heads in left to right across your radio. Burns over the Canes logo at center ice to Stankoven. It's played in around the end boards. Near side, Martinook, Kulikov. They battle. Loose puck back behind the goal. Stankoven runs it down. Couldn't hang on to it for the Canes. Over on that far side of the ice, it's Slavin pounding it down to the corner. Taken back by Schmidt. Launched out of the zone. Foot race down to our left. A.J. Greer drops it back. Shot right circle and a save made by Anderson. That time on Rodriguez. Quick breakout from Carolina. Up the right side, here's Martinook. Drops it back for Aho. Is poked away. Forsling quickly up the ice for Tkachuk near side. Drops it off Bennett to the near circle. Bennett a shot. Save made by Anderson. Into the near corner. And this one fought for. Punched the boards. Here on the near side by Morrow. That helps Carolina get a clear. Jarvis. A man fell. Cuts in left side. Jarvis in front. And what a play defensively by Forsling. Prevented that pass across the front of the net. On by Jarvis now into the near circle. That's wide. Far point ripped toward the net by Slavin. Couldn't get it through. And now here on the near boards, Aaron Ekblad will clear it to safety out at center.
Ekblad blew a tire there, and Jarvis tried to force it across. Fabulous play by Ekblad. Diving down on his stomach. Again, another pass-up shot. You're not getting shots on net. If I'm Jarvis, I'm shooting. That's just my opinion. If I'm on that bench with Rod Brindamore, I'm telling my players, we get into scoring areas, go.
Yeah, you can't think about it. You can't hang on to it too long. They're at a point where they just need to try and manufacture some offense. As Lundell launches one along that's gloved down by Walker, and he'll play it in for Carolina down to our right. Rims around the end boards. Now back behind the net, handled by Mikkola. Far side for Jones. Flipped out of the zone. Goss to spare. Backed up. He'll give to Walker near side. The puck dumped in down to our right. Bobrovsky behind the net. Up the near boards, and this one picked up by Luostarinen. He will clear. Down to our left then, it's Orlov after it, shoved to the corner boards by Gadjevich. Eventually Morrow sends one to center, intercepted. Greer, Nosek has to delay as Gadjevich gets on side. Dumped down and around the end wall. Here on the near boards, Greer keeping it down low. Onto the end boards to the far circle. Greer up top, Nate Schmidt, left side shot, loose in front. Went dead by Gadjevich. Couldn't get contact with the rebound. And the Hurricanes get it out. It's played out of the zone by Blake. In goes Morrow. Drop back Robinson. Morrow in close in front. A centering feed. That one is just away from Jankowski. And over to the far boards. Battle for a loose puck. Kulikov kept it away from Morrow. Strolls back behind the Panthers. Net pass near side for Verhaeghe. Off his stick. He couldn't receive it. Svechnikov kept it in. Nosek in the far corner. He will launch it out to the line. Held in by Slavin.
Maybe they want to see how few shots they can get in the game. Again, passing up shots.
Roslovic to the corner. Around the end boards. His pass to the point, intercepted by Verhaeghe. Gadjevich then will play it up the far side, down into the shallow part of the Carolina zone. Burns broke his stick in half, trying to send a pass up the ice. Recovers, and Taylor Hall will walk it out to center. He stumbles, and the Panthers bolt in. Verhaeghe for Tkachuk. Dropped off for Bennett. Tkachuk in the near circle. Tkachuk down low, back behind the net. Matthew Tkachuk to the far circle. Saucer pass. Forsling near circle. Verhaeghe holds, fires. It's over the net. That rims around. Held in by Ekblad. What a play there. Down to the corner for Bennett. Behind the net, Verhaeghe. To Bennett again, right side. Sam Bennett along the boards. Bennett backs out the line. Ekblad straight on at the blue line. Has it. Ekblad patiently. Low shot. Tipped wide by Verhaeghe. Back behind the net. He rips it in front. Jammed it. They score! And it's Sam Bennett crashing the net. And the Panthers take a 4-0 lead with 39 seconds to play here in the second. What a shift. And the Panthers are rewarded with a 4-goal lead.
Just a wrecking ball in the own end. That line.
And as the two teams head off with 2 periods in the book.
This has been a throttling.
It's been a clinic, Billy.
Yes.
2 periods.
Yeah, defensively, everything they've done. Panthers have 4 goals. Hurricanes have 7 shots. Try and put that into perspective. I doubt we see Freddie Anderson in this third period. I really doubt it.
I wasn't sure we'd see him to start the second, and we did.
You got to figure Kochetkow's going to come in and finish this game out. Get him some playing time. That would be first and foremost. And they're just, Carolina, even when they haven't chances, they're passing up shots, which is crazy to think about. And going to work with that heavy forecheck, there's been no answer on the other side. And Tkachuk, Bennett, Verhaeghe, they're front and center. We talk about Marchand and the other series of this game. It's been those 3, and Bennett with his ninth of the playoffs and continues to go. Tkachuk looks a lot better.
And Benny's buddy's reaping the benefits here. Yeah. Lots of dogs and cats getting new homes.
That's right. That is always a good thing. And Verhaeghe is tenacity on the puck this time of the year. And I talked about it during the regular season. You can throw out the regular season. You produce it this time of year. Forget about it. This is when it matters.
Yep.
And Verhaeghe's back up to that usual clip. And that, not sure how many points that line has combined, but they've been on the ice, and they've been the one torturing the Hurricanes. Now you have that 4-0 lead. That's a big goal at the end of the second, late in the second. You really go back into that Carolina dressing room now, deflated, believing, okay, 3-0, we get 1. We're kind of back into this thing. And the Panthers have the ability just to take the will away from you. Just suck it out. And we saw it a few times in the Toronto series. We're starting to see it here against Carolina. Everything that they're trying to do, and it's just not working.
And that might be the team on the other side, Billy. Credit where it's due. There might not be another team in the National Hockey League with a stronger will, dedication to the process, and maybe just belief in what they can accomplish shift to shift if they stick to their game plan than the Carolina Hurricanes. And the Panthers are on the verge of running them out of their own building back-to-back games.
The alarming thing is the 7 shots on goal. This is a team that averaged the most shots on goal during the regular season, up around 35.5 a game. And here you got them down to 7 between 2 periods. It shows you how good and the adjustments that Paul Maurice can make from game to game. He wanted to eliminate some of that speed, and I'm watching what's happening through the neutral zone. Again, they've been able to make the adjustments to cut down on that speed coming back the other way, dumping in. And the best player in this game, and this is no discredit, that line has been fun to watch. Verhaeghe, Bennett, Tkachuk. But on the back end, Mikko is outrageous.
Yep.
It's remarkable what he's doing there as far as breaking up plays, getting into the forecheck, starting plays, everything on the back. And it's another level. It's another stratosphere that we've seen from a defenseman. Again, you talked about Luo Serena breaking out. We're starting to see here Mikko will play the best hockey of his life.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even close. These last couple of games, it's just been... I've not seen Mikko play at this level and at this high a standard that he has here throughout the course of these playoffs, and especially these last 2 games.
And Carter Verhaeghe, primary assist on the last 3 Panthers goals in this game, so a big night for him offensively. Off to our second intermission show we go. 4-0, the Panthers leading here in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final in Raleigh over the Carolina Hurricanes. Coming up next, Kevin Rogers will be joined by Jameson Olive for After 40. After that, a look around the rest of the Stanley Cup playoff picture and the South Florida sports scene. That'll be followed up by your tweets, the world-famous former Twitter segment. Tweet the broadcast at Doug Plagans, at Lindsay B. Hockey. Looking forward to hearing from you. Second intermission, 4-0, Panthers over the Canes on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health. We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero. Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amerant Bank Arena. Exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on the action. Secure your group spot today. Visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK to learn more.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
This is the Florida Panthers second intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
Second intermission underway from Raleigh. Panthers 4, the Hurricanes nothing. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers seeking that 2-0 lead. We're heading back home on Saturday. Kevin Rogers and Jameson Olive, FloridaPanthers.com with you. After 40 is starting right now as we head to Lenovo Center, Raleigh, North Carolina. And Jameson Olive, FloridaPanthers.com with us. And Jameson, just before we get to everything, just your thoughts on, I'm just going to say it flatly, this domination, not only tonight, but the first nearly 5 periods in this series, already 9 goals scored by the Panthers in Raleigh.
It's just, like you said, domination. I mean, you go back to round 2, and the Hurricanes only gave up 7 goals to the Washington Capitals in 5 games. They've given up 18 total goals, in the 10 games before they had to play the Panthers in these playoffs. And like you said, the Panthers already have 9 here through not even 2 full games. So definitely a surprise for the Hurricanes. I think we knew, obviously, the Panthers are a great team, but I think even the Hurricanes are a little caught off guard with how just intense they've been. That forecheck has been so good. Their exits have been so clean. And, of course, both teams are being physical. So, you could have asked for a better 2 games here so far for the Panthers. Obviously, 20 minutes left to hold on to this one. But that's the problem. The Hurricanes are not a high-scoring team. If they fall behind 4 goals, there's not a lot of guys that can look around that locker room and say, guys, don't worry, we can score 4 this period. They're not that kind of team. So, Panthers have to feel pretty good right now after 40 minutes.
Because going back to the Toronto series, Jameson, we know how much the Panthers controlled Austin Matthews, and Nylander had a good start. Tavares had a good start. Those guys slowed down, but you still have weapons on that team. I feel like this Carolina team just doesn't have that same kind of weapons. We saw that, I feel like, 2 years ago, too, going from Toronto to Carolina in the second round to the third round, that it just felt the same way. You don't have the same firepower with this team.
Yeah, Kind of. I mean, obviously, like you said, not the same star power, but they're a team. That's their identity. They're not about one or two guys. They need all four lines working, all 3 D pairs working. They need their goaltender to be good. That's why their underlying metrics are so good. They come in waves, but come playoff time, when you need a guy to step up, it's got to be an Aho, or it's got to be a Jarvis, or it's got to be a Svechnikov. And after that, that's kind of it. The rest of the guys are good players, but they're not the Austin Matthews caliber, the William Nylander caliber. So for the Panthers, when you have as many good defensive forwards as you have, it's kind of easy to shut those guys down and let your other guys do the rest of the work. So tough matchups, as we've said, for any team against the Panthers. The Panthers are so deep. All 4 lines are really, really good. All 3 D pairs are really solid as well. You're usually going to lose the matchup battles regardless, but for a team like the Hurricanes, that if all 4 lines aren't going, it's just not going to work for them.
3 goals in the first for the Panthers tonight. Gustav Forsling, Matthew Tkachuk, and Sam Bennett made it 3-0 Panthers. A big key in this game, Jamison. A few minutes into the second period, Carolina had scored. Sebastian Aho beating Sergei Bobrovsky, but Paul Maurice challenged that goal, and it was ruled an offside, which ended up taking the goal off the board, keeping it 3-0. That just everything there. I mean, I know you have guys behind the scenes that are keeping their eye on every goal, but just to be able to challenge that and keep Carolina at arm's length away instead of it being 3-1, maybe opening the door, you're still down 3-0 and feel pretty sunk at that point.
Yeah, it completely changes the complexion of the game, especially that early in the second period. We've seen teams get invigorated by something like that. You immediately go, okay, guys, we got one. It's a 2-goal deficit. We got so much time left. This is going to be fine. So for that goal to come off the board, obviously, it's a huge gut punch for the Hurricanes. And all the credit in the world to the Panthers video staff. Miles Feet, Johnny Kangemi, they do such a great job. It seems like they always win these big challenges. I'm always reminded of the hand pass against the Bruins 2 years ago in the playoffs. That was such a big challenge. But some good craftsmanship from there from the Panthers as well. Calling a timeout, giving those guys extra time to look at that video before deciding to make the challenge. Because the last thing you want to do is have that goal count, then give the Canes a power play, and then suddenly it's a 3-2 game out of nowhere. So the Panthers bought as much time as they could there, and it worked out.
So 3-0 for most of the period, and then in the final minutes, Sam Bennett would score his second goal tonight to make it 4-0 Cats.
Bennett backs out the line. Ekblad straight on at the blue line has it. Ekblad patiently, low shot, tipped wide by Verhaeghe. Back behind the net, Verhaeghe rips it in front, jammed it, and they score! And it's Sam Bennett crashing the net, and the Panthers take a 4-0 lead with 39 seconds to play here in the second. What a shift, and the Panthers are rewarded with a 4-goal lead.
Sam Bennett, his 9th of the postseason, 2nd of the night. Carter Verhaeghe's 3rd assist of the night. Aaron Ekblad assisting 19-21 into the second, making it 4-0 Panthers. Sergei Bobrovsky's made just 7 saves tonight, but he's seen 7 shots from Carolina. Frederick Anderson, 12 saves on 16 shots. Jameson, FloridaPanthers.com. We're out of time, but honestly, we got a few more games to go. So, you and I aren't done, but we'll talk to you Saturday back in Sunrise. You will be at everything, so we know that. We'll talk to you Saturday night for Game 3, Jameson. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks, Garrett.
There's Jameson, FloridaPanthers.com. Before we step aside, let's pause for station identification right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist.
The biggest names in the game.
Score! The Lightning win it!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. EIS HD2 Boca Raton.
JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard coming up next. Panthers 4, the Hurricanes nothing after 2 right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com. Use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Tabanero hot sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amarant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
Second intermission continues in Carolina. Panthers 4, the Hurricanes nothing. Kevin Rogers with you. Panthers seeking a 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Final. Let's take a quick look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. Western Conference Final resumes tomorrow night in Dallas. It's game 2 of that series with the Stars up 1-0 after Dallas rallied past Edmonton last night 6-3. Up next, it is the world-famous former Twitter segment. Get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He'll read them before the third period. Panthers 4, the Hurricanes nothing after 2 right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
4-0 Panthers heading to the third here in game 2. Third period coming up in a moment. Let's get to the world-famous former Twitter segment. Jeff tuned in. Dr. Greg is with us this evening. Rob in Massachusetts is tuned in. Sean the Hawk, Roy in Scotland. Tim tuned in. Jason in New York. Paolo listening. We have Carl in Northwest Indiana. Also tuned in. Seamar's listening. Tammy and Jay in Ocala. Kurt, the South Carolina Twitter captain. Michael in Orlando, one of our listeners in law enforcement special at all the police, fire, medical personnel, military. We have tuned in. Scott the cop / Marine is tuned in. Judy in Australia. Terry, Louisiana. Decker, Eastvale, California. And Josh in Pembroke Pines. Papa Bear in Pittsburgh. We have Mike tuned in this evening from New England. Loriana listening. We have Ryan in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. Stevie Joe, and he's in Cleveland tonight. Stevie Joe listening this evening. Andrew in North Carolina. Nisi, Tennessee. James tuned in New Jersey. We have P.D. Coleman tuned in from an airplane tonight. Gil in Houston. Also, we have Bruce in Fontainebleau. Duty in Georgia. Wes is listening. And Sonny in Nebraska. Third period next. 4-0 Panthers on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Tabañero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabañero today at any concession stand at the Emerald Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor. Original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabañero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabañero.
Ready to go, and we are underway. Third period of Game 2. Panthers 4, the Hurricanes nothing here in the second game of this Eastern Conference Final Series. And the Panthers all over the Canes so far in this one. As the puck goes down to our left inside the Panthers zone, they'll bring it out quickly. Here's Bennett on to Seth Jones. Jumps in the rush, dumps it in. Pyotr Kochetkov has taken over in net for the Carolina Hurricanes. 2 periods in the books for Freddie Anderson, and he gave up 4 on 16 shots against. Will Carrier at center, backhands down to our left. Pops wide of the Panthers net to the near corner. It's held down low. Seth Jarvis behind the net. Aho out to the right point. Brent Burns, a shot is saved made by Bobrovsky, and he will reel that in. 19:20 to go in the third. 4-0. It's the Panthers in front of the Carolina Hurricanes, and now Tkachuk and Carrier having some words, and Aho. That's actually Aho and Tkachuk having some words there as well. The bulk of the conversation between those two.
That probably goes back to the Reinhardt hit.
Yep, stems back to the first period hit. Then Aho threw on Reinhardt. It was a low hit. It was a late hit. To say it was questionable is putting things nicely. And Sam Reinhardt has not come back since. He's been ruled out for this one. Game with about 5:10 on the clock back in the first. Puck play to the side of the net. It was Stankoven. His pass was bottled up. Cleared out to center. It's picked up by Orlov. Tapped along Martinook. Sent down to our left. And Bobrovsky will play it up the far side. It's whipped down wide of the net from Stahl. Here on the near boards, Orlov to the circle. A shot, and that took out Martinook. The Panthers bring it out. A pass from Rodriguez to Nosek. One man to beat. Left side shot gloved down by Kochetkov. And then he will cover up. 18:48 go in the third. 4-0 to score. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Ben Alexander is our on-site engineer. And Vlad Lusant back at studio control. Billy, if game one's any indicator, Carolina's going to get desperate, going to get urgent, and going to throw pucks on net from anywhere. But that's kind of their DNA as it is, and they haven't really gone to that much throughout this game.
They're looking for any kind of traction they can get in this series at all. It's all been taken away from them by this Panther group. And you look at the score sheet tonight, Carter Verhaeghe, 3 assists, 2 goals and an assist. Matthew Tkachuk, a goal and an assist. They've been on the ice for all 4 goals at some point. The Verhaeghe one, Bennett and Tkachuk were not on for. They were on the first, or Bennett, Tkachuk was not on for, excuse me.
Clean face-off win. Luostarinen back to the line. Long shot. Nate Schmidt save made by Kochetkov. He'll hold that. 18:44 to go in the third.
Panthers are diabolical at getting stuff through on face-off wins, creating opportunities. Scored 7 goals off face-off wins quickly, and they get a lot of opportunities, a lot of chances. They don't waste time. They win those face-off. Everything is going towards the net. And they got a lot of set face-off plays that they run.
Off the draw, here's Nate Schmidt, far point. Hands it down behind the net. Lundell. He and Orlov tie up here in the near corner. Roslovic tries to pull the puck free. Etulo Osterina came in and blasted him. Brad Marchand picks up control of the puck. Rattles one to the net. Pinballs. It's loose. And here in the near circle, Osterina back on it. Along the boards, Osterina tries to shuffle it down low. Taken back. Sent around by Morrow. Taylor Hall, far side of the ice. He's not able to get it out. Second chance. It's handled by Roslovic. Cross ice, Dmitry Orlov. Pass up the near wing for Svechnikov. It's out of his reach, and it's going to be an icing call against Carolina with 18:10 to go here in the third period. 4-0. The Panthers out in front of the Carolina Hurricanes.
And Rod Brittamore on the bench with Jeff Daniels, assistant coach, just seeing some shots on our TV looking at each other and just befuddled. Just kind of, what's going on? Not understanding. And when you get that kind of a reaction from the coach on the opposing bench, you know that you're starting to work into their kitchen.
Over on that far side, Nosek, a shot, and that's wide, rims around near boards. And it's picked up, sliced out of the zone by Svechnikov. Now here on the near side, it's Gadjevich. Up the boards, poked down by Greer. Behind the net, Kochetkov. Gave it to Burns. Greer went in hard against Burns, lost his footing, went to the boards hard. He's back to his feet. Puck played down. It's going to be another icing call against Carolina.
One linesman waved it off. The other called it an icing, so looks like it's going to come back here to center ice. Greer went in for that big-time check on Burns, missed and hit hard into the wall with his back.
Looks all right from here.
Hopefully he's going to be okay. And that's what those guys play like. Just no worry or any kind. No caution for their body. Just throw it out the window. Whatever toll it takes, I'm coming after you, even if I miss you. End up throwing a hard check on yourself when Burns stepped out of the way.
17:44 left in the third, 4-0 to score. And I tell you what, if Aho's going to be out there against Tkachuk and Sam Bennett the rest of the way, this could be a long last 17 and a half minutes for him. Puck play down to our left inside the Panthers zone. Nate Schmidt rattles one off the glass. Burns after it. Bennett picks up the puck. He'll drive it down to our right. Behind the net, Kochetkov up the boards, and Aho nudged it out to center. Oh, what a hit. Nico Mikkola just derailed Seth Jarvis in the neutral zone. Down to our left now, a rolling puck to the end wall, and this one is going to be picked up by Sam Bennett in the corner. He'll launch one along. Down to our right it goes. Won't go far enough for an icing as we play about 3 minutes in the third. And Aho and Tkachuk, and I tell you what, Sebastian Aho might have a visa bill coming due here at some point pretty soon. 16:57 to go in the third. Stankoven at center ice. Dumped down by Greer. Greer's going to go get his money's worth against Stankoven along the boards. He was already going off, so he gave him an extra shot.
Took a tripping call through the red line area. Got the stick into the skates of Stankoven. Going to be a power play for the
Florida, minor penalty, 10.
Hurricanes. Their second of the game.
So 16:51 left in the third, 4-0. The Panthers out front of the Carolina Hurricanes here.
Every time Mikkola steps on the ice, we're saying his name.
Yep.
There he blew up.
And that was Jarvis right in the open ice.
Oh, get caught looking the wrong way with your head down, and Mikkola is a large human body coming back the other way, 6'6". Of heavy brawn thrown into Jarvis.
Face off here in the near circle down to our left, and Jarvis fell over off the face-off, so he won't be able to handle the puck. Lundell up the ice, left side. Ekblad after a feed from Barkov, a shot deflects over the net. Brought on by Jarvis then. Jarvis up to his own line, hands one back. Here's Sebastian Aho. Aho across center. Right side, the Canes work it in. Played out front by Jackson Blake. The pass intercepted, and it's cleared down to our right. Kochetkov, the goaltender, out to handle this one. He'll leave it for Gostisbehere. 16:18 left in the third, 4-0 to score. Gostisbehere across Jarvis far side. Jarvis up to center, spots Aho. Left wing for Svechnikov. Svechnikov to the corner, puck out of his reach. Mikkola far side, got by Blake. And it's going to be hustled down by Luostarinen. He'll take it up the wing, rattles one down to our right. Luostarinen in after it. He throws a reverse hit into Svechnikov and knocked him flat. Meanwhile, the Hurricanes will break it out. Up across center, it's Blake. Dances in, right side. Shot, a save made by Bobrovsky that time as he was able to deny Roslovic. Now the Canes work it around. It's Burns down for Roslovic to the corner. Aho. The puck came free. Mikkola up the wall. Didn't clear. Burns at the line. Over to the far side. It's Roslovic worked out to the circle for Svechnikov from Aho. Svechnikov out along the far side. He's taken down. Burns receives a pass here at the near point. Gives to Svechnikov. Burns at the line. Now in the near circle, Blake. Aho turns on one. The one-timer wide. That goes up and out of play. 15-17 left in the third. 4-0. It's the Panthers in front. 26 seconds left of the Greer penalty.
And to Luostarinen behind the net with Svechnikov. The reverse hit. That'll pucker your tush in a hurry. You get that kind of hit. I've had them before. Forsberg used to do it. and it just takes every kind of wind, and you're lucky if you don't get the wind just totally knocked out of you. You're going back to the bench just going, what happened? You're not expecting it. Usually for a hit, you're bracing for it.
Here's a shot from the far point, and Taylor Hall misses wide, and that's giving Svechnikov a bit of a dose of his own medicine. He's a big guy who likes to throw the body around. Here's Lundell cruising in right side, dropped back, and now Barkov will hand it back for Lundell in the neutral zone. The Panthers eating up the rest of the A.J. Greer penalty. Puck sent long by Forsling.
That's been ineffective. One shot on goal on that power play from long range for the Hurricanes.
They're almost double digits, Billy, in the shots on net. Puck play down to our right by Ekblad. Back behind the net, here's Slavin. Off to the far side. Tossed on by Burns. Stanko, center ice. Taylor Hall cruising in. Poke checked away by Schmidt. Worked back out front by Stanko, but intercepted. And here's Sam Bennett. Got 2 goals in the game. He'll lob one long. And into the corner, Tkachuk and Orlov after the play was blown dead for an icing. 14:28 to go in the third, 4-0. The Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes here. Sam Bennett, 2 goals and an assist, +3 in the game. One of 2 Panthers with 3 points. The other, Carter Verhaeghe, who has 3 helpers and is +3. Matthew Tkachuk also +3 in the hockey game. The low plus-minus man in the game, -3 for Andrei Svechnikov. And Billy, we set it off the start. It's been a tough evening for 37 in black.
Yeah, Svechnikov has had a really tough go of it.
Here's a drive from Orlov, and that deflects wide to the far corner. Gordon Stahl, shouldered there by Bennett. And Bennett over the far side of the ice for Hagee. And he'll launch one down to our right.
Just speaks spades and volumes of the whole organization that you come off that 7-game series right into Carolina. You get one day off, and then you got to play back-to-back, like with just one day off again. The rest and science, everything that goes behind it.
And here's a 2-on-1 for the Panthers. Up the left side, Tkachuk to the circle, across. Greer couldn't make contact with it. Martinook broke it up. Laid down along the end boards. Tkachuk just got hit with a stick from Slavin, it looks like, back behind the goal. Here's Orlov. Lob down to our left. In on Bobrovsky. The whistle blows. And now we've got some shoving back behind the net. And A.J. Greer's out there. They're trying to pull Nico Mikla into something. Greer's wrapped up with a Carolina Hurricane. 13:38 left in the third. 4-0 Panthers. And
I wouldn't be surprised if our linesmen get together. We'll see what happened. But with Tkachuk in front, he's battling with Slavin. And he took it right out. That's a clear high stick.
Yeah, it's a high stick they missed.
That missed. And the linesmen should have some input here. We're going to go to break.
13:38 left in the third, 4-0 Panthers. We'll see what they come up with. It's the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, y'all. This is Alonzo Mourning, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
But do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
.38 go, third period, 4-0. It's the Panthers out in front of the Carolina Hurricanes. And game 2 was all Panthers really from the get-go. 3 goals in the first period.
And one of the noisier buildings in the league, and they haven't had hardly anything to cheer about in 2 games. Very, very little. And Panthers been able to come in here with this raucous crowd and take it out of it. And the noise has been Not as silent as up in Toronto, but it's been quiet in here by their standards. So you go into it. Speaking about the ability of this organization to be able to take care of their players and understand what rest is and the management, and it's an organizational commitment into the sleep studies, everything that they do to get these players rested and going, that they're healthy and able to play 100%, and what they do is awesome.
Here's a drive from Martinook, who was set up by Slavin. The shot went wide as it was partially blocked. Down to our left, back behind the Panthers net, Nico Mikkola banks one into the neutral zone. And now here in neutral ice, along the near boards, Nosek. He was tied up. Barkov across to Rodriguez then. Rodriguez out in front for Nosek, and that one was poked away. Slavin hands it out to center, and Martinook will dump it in. Far corner, Mikkola back behind the net, dodges the stall pressure. Here on the near side, Slavin holds it in. Along the near boards, Rodriguez with it. Looked like it may have been tripped, but no call there. Puck played cross ice. Into the Carolina zone, Brent Burns. Panthers left to right, Carolina right to left here in this third period of action. Forsling straight on for Marchand. Bounced away from him. Burns on the counterattack. Jankowski up the right side for Carolina. Jankowski in the far corner. Took a hard shot from Marchand. However, the puck picked up, backhanded on goal. Save made by Bobrovsky as he was able to stop Jackson Blake cutting in through the near circle.
Over exuberant down in the corner. The Panthers had three players trying to hit one pointer. Got fed in front. Jackson Blake all alone took it to the backhand, and Bobrovsky blocker save. Few chances that have come his way. He's been able to stop him.
Here's Gostisbehere from behind the net. Long pass into the neutral zone on the money. Morrow hands one back. Robinson near circle. It's poked away. Morrow on it. He's shoved along the near boards by Nate Schmidt. And now the Canes keep control. Blake across Orlov. One-timer. Stick save. Bobrovsky far boards. Etu Luostarinen. He'll hand one into the neutral zone. Orlov stops it up, but Lundell took it away. Luostarinen backhands. Lundell leaves it back for the defense. Nate Schmidt near side. Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad for the Panthers. He takes a long look ahead. Ekblad cross ice. That one deflects high in the air. Went off the scoreboard. 11:43 left in the third. 4-0.
You don't see that every day.
In front. No, you don't.
The old high flipper into the scoreboard.
So we'll have a face-off upcoming in the neutral zone.
It's like trying to peel an onion to get to the bottom of it against this Panther team. It's layers. You get through one guy, there's another guy into your face, and another guy. You don't move that puck efficiently, and the dump-ins, there's no chance. One-on-one moves and one-on-one play, they don't work against the Panthers because there's, like I said, there's layers to their defense that is so effective.
I thought you were going to say it makes you get tears in your eyes.
It does. It probably does on the other side. If your opponent, it could bring you to tears, especially at the end of a series.
Here's Burns playing it down to our left. Aaron Ekblad immediately, he'll float one into the neutral zone. And Kachuk will hand it up the near side for Hagee. It's sliced away by Burns. Roslovic back the other way. Roslovic in, long shot, and a save made by Bobrovsky. It's played into the neutral zone. Back at the Carolina line, Burns to Carrier here on the near boards. Kachuk in against him. Carrier dropped it back. Orlov, he has control for Carolina. Panthers left to right, Carolina right to left across your radio here in the third period. Up the near side, it's Aho. Carrier dumps it down to our left, back behind the net. Bobrovsky up the far side, got it to the line. Gostisbehere the hold, flutters one down low. Off the end board, Seth Jones keeps it to the outside, gives to Anton Lundell, and the puck poked out to center. That back Slavin up to the Carolina blue line. Near side for Carrier. Up to the near boards. Blake dodged a hard check from Etu Luostarinen.
They're going to get Luostarinen on that one.
And then Blake in against Luostarinen. Meanwhile, Gostisbehere just took a shot from Marchand. And now Aho and Mikkola. And these two are having a long conversation. Now Carrier steps between them. Aho just gave a shove to Anton Lundell. He better be careful. 10:26
Mikkola,
left in the
no,
third.
they can go at it in their native language.
I was going to say
and have no idea what anyone's saying.
So that conversation might not have been in English. Might have been in Finnish.
Yeah. And then they've been taking the chances. Roughing for Luostarinen as he took a hefty run there. And then that cross check on the other side by Gostisbehere. The Panthers trying to send some messages here to get back at it. read an article this morning, and Mikkola loves to come back to the bench and talk, and they said they have no idea what he's saying. And the Finnish players also stood up and said, we have no idea what he says in Finnish either, so it just doesn't matter. He's just overly excited, and what comes out of his mouth just all runs into one sentence. So English, Finnish, no one seems to understand. They just know that he's excited.
Well, Billy, you played with us at Tikkanen.
Yeah, we called it Tikkanese. Finnish and English mixed together. We had no idea what he was saying. None. You could catch little bits and pieces and try and frame it together and make a sentence.
Here on the near side of the ice, Nosek. He'll poke one into the neutral zone. Down to our right, Stankoven. He'll pick it up. And he'll drag it up the far side. Left it for Burns. Panthers out of the penalty kill here. Luostarinen off for 2 minutes. As the Canes dangle in, here's Taylor Hall to the near corner. Winds it around. It got by Stankoven. Goes out to the neutral zone. And Carolina's going to be forced to reload here. 90 seconds on their power play. Burns, far side. Off the far board, Stankoven tries a pass across, deflects Roslovic, and he gave one away. Here's Marchand. Can he get by Burns? Marchand off to the races, scoots in loose on the save made by Kochetkov. Marchand in the corner, dodged a check from Jankowski, and then on the end wall, battle continues for that loose puck. Stankoven far side, pocket picked by Marchand. What work on the penalty kill? He'll dangle right back in. Marchand across, Lundell back in front, and the pass just off the mark for Marchand. Brad Marchand, one of the great penalty killers of all time, and he just did a number, put on a masterclass during that sequence.
What a show he put on the breakaway, and then for a little give and go with Lundell, and it just misses on that back pass from Lundell to Marchand by a couple of inches from his stick blade.
Now Aho dangles in right side. Worked out to the line. Here's Gostisbehere. Wrist shot blocked by Jones. To the corner it goes. Aho looking out to the near point. Gostisbehere tracks it down. Gostisbehere. And it's off the stick of Blake, who mishandles it. The puck rolls into the neutral zone. 25 seconds on the penalty kill now for the Panthers. Up the near side, Jarvis. Down to the corner. Seth Jarvis with it. Out to the line for Gostisbehere. Pass across far side. And it's dished back. Aho, Gostisbehere, far circle. Blake backpedals. Aho at the line. Across Gostisbehere. Down low, whipped in front by Jarvis. That deflects to the far corner. Svechnikov out to the line. Aho poke checked away nicely by A.J. Greer. And he'll muscle that out beyond the line. Out to center. And the Panthers back to full strength. They kill it off. Jarvis blasted by Kulikov. Blake has control. He's worked over by Nate Schmidt here on the near side. Now Barkov up the near side. Verhaeghe dumped down by Slavin. A shot tipped. Save Bobrovsky. It's loose. And Nate Schmidt to the rescue. Bobrovsky couldn't locate the puck, but Schmidt did. Took it out of harm's way. Hands it on for Verhaeghe up the near side. The pass picked off by Slavin. It's dumped right back to our left inside the Panthers zone. Bobrovsky off the glass. Couldn't advance it. Went off the Carolina forechecker there. That was Carrier. Now Carrier to Martinook. Rolled on goal and a save made by Bobrovsky. And then Schmidt and Carrier, a couple of original Vegas Golden Knights, original Misfits, tangled up back behind the net. 7:46 left in the third period. 4-0. The Panthers in front of the Carolina Hurricanes here in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. More of the third period next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amarant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean.
7:46 to go, period number 3 here in Raleigh. 4-0. The Panthers in front of the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. It's been all Panthers from the outset. Gus Forsling scored a minute 17 seconds into the hockey game. And the Panthers have never looked back. So a face-off coming up near circle down to our left. Game 3 will be Saturday night in Sunrise. Amerant Bank Arena, 8 p.m. We're on the air with Panthers preview at 7:30, and then Monday night will be Game 4. Near circle down to our left, off the draw. Carrier for Carolina. Rolled one out front, wide to the far corner. Morrow kept it in. Behind the net, Kulikov gives to Gadjevich. Poked away. Here on the near side, Jankowski to Gostisbehere at the line. Gostisbehere pressured by Gadjevich. Long shot partially blocked by Gadjevich. Robinson off the end boards has it for Carolina. Kulikov clubbed it away. And then Greer zooms up the left side for the Panthers. Gains center and plays one in. Around the end boards on a Karam. Nosek to the corner. He'll stay with it. Back behind the net. Tomas Nosek out front. And that pass picked off by Robinson. Gives to Svechnikov. Up the far side. Forsling sticks to him. Luostarinen. A body on Svechnikov. The puck taken away by Ekblad. Lobbed out of the zone. A race for it. Marchand in. And it just popped wide. Marchand won a race against Burns for the second time in the period. Now to the line. Ekblad. Penalty coming against Carolina. Into the far corner and then down behind the net, Marchand. Over on the far boards, Lundell. Winds it around. Back behind the net, the Canes touch up. Slavin a stick on that. And we will have a whistle and a Panthers power play presented by our friends at Publix. And Brent Burns will be the one taking a seat here. Let's listen in downstairs for the call.
Carolina number 8, minor penalty, playing the puck with a broken stick.
And then playing the puck with a broken stick. He broke the play coming back against Marchand, and that high flip out of the zone by Ekblad, that was like a 60-degree wedge in golf. It hit the ice and came backwards, had spin on it, and caught right on the stick of Marchand and popped up in the air. It looked like it was going in the net over Kochetkow's head.
And all the way to the bench, Brad Marchand, I believe, it looked like he was just giving a narration to a few members of the Carolina Hurricanes. And out to the line, here's Seth Jones across Tkachuk, a shot, save made, the rebound, Ekblad digging for it, Barkov down low, Rodriguez off the corner boards, and Rodriguez finds it. Rodriguez to Barkov, Barkov far corner, out to the line, Ekblad, swings it across, Tkachuk, he'll try and flip it out front, pass deflects away, Rodriguez in the Reinhardt spot here on this unit for now. Here's Rodriguez, far boards out the line, Ekblad there. Ekblad across to the right point. Long shot. He scores from out at the right point. Ekblad put it to the net. Barkov was right in front. And the Panthers take a 5-0 lead. A power play goal. A deflection from the captain.
Able to get it and just throw it at net. And Ekblad just weaving across that blue line. And Barkov camps out in front. Able to get a piece of it. And the Panthers continue to roll on the power play. Away from home. Continue this at home for whatever reason. Now 11 of their 12 power play goals came on the road. Ekblad just throwing it to an area. Barkov all alone. No defenseman there to contest that at all. He's allowed to stand right in front of Kochetkov. And nifty hand-eye redirection by the captain, Alexander Barkov. And that's another 5 spot on the board for the Panthers. The goal scoring on the highest scoring team in the NHL on the road. That's going up and up and up.
Well, you remember that run from Game 5 of the Leafs series to Game 1 of this series. You had the 13 straight goals scored by 13 different Panthers, and what made it so interesting is it was 13 goals from 13 different guys, and Barkov and Tkachuk weren't 2 of those guys. Well, they both scored tonight.
Yeah.
Here's Gostisbehere.
That's 22 goals, and we're not done yet through the last 4 road games.
And the Panthers, well, they can play any kind of game you want to play. 5.5 minutes to go in the third. Roslovic dumps it down. And Mikkola back behind the net. He's into a tie-up. Bennett up the near side. Orlov puts it down behind the net. Hall there. Taylor Hall for Carolina. And that Barkov goal may as well have been a fire alarm here because everybody is heading for the exits. Here's Mikkola. Backhand into the neutral zone. Burns, transition pass.
Panthers are going to improve to 7-2 on the road, and because of the scheduling, they've only played 5 home games.
Yeah.
Five at home compared to 9 on the road.
9th road game of the playoffs, almost double.
They're going to be happy to get back to Sunrise.
Matthew Tkachuk going off for a change, and he made sure to get his money's worth against 2 Carolina Hurricanes on the way. Meanwhile, long outlet. Here's Marchand up the right side. Works it down behind the net. Stahl takes it back for the Canes. Up the far wing, Svechnikov to center ice. Martinook gives to the far side. Jordan Stahl. Stahl down low, back behind the net. He'll play one out to the near point for Gostisbehere. Across the right side. Long shot, tipped wide. That one came in from Morrow out at the right point. Here on the near side, Stankoven spun around as he was bumped by Lundell. Puck played out front by Stahl. This one goes all the way down, and the goaltender, Kochetkov, out to reel that in.
First couple of games, it's been like an advanced chemistry test for myself. I wouldn't have any answers. Well, that's what's been happening on the Carolina side. They just haven't had any kind of answers. I would have filled out a blank sheet and left.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had any answers for that either. I think I know.
Even regular chemistry.
Yeah, I know H2O. Here's Stankoven heading in. Far side of the ice. He's shouldered there by Nosek and then bumped into by Schmidt. Far side of the ice. Here's A.J. Greer. And he'll walk it out to center ice. Flips one along down to our right. Gadjevich and Burns into the corner. They tie up. Then Greer crashing in. He's wrestled down by Orlov. And Burns kicks the puck over to the far side of the ice. Barkov out to the line. Long shot. Mikkola wide. That had some heat on the wrister there. Now here on the near side of the ice, Jones helps keep it in. Gadjevich will sling one down low. Around the end boards, Barkov protects the puck against Burns. Burns took it back, though. Pass out of the zone, and over on that far side, the puck clubbed into the bench by Mikkola. 3:02 left in the third, 5-0. The Panthers comfortably in front here in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final, looking to double their series lead. We'll take you the rest of the way when we come back on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Florida Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean. Tabañero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabañero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor. Original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabañero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabañero.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park. Please drink responsibly.
3:02 to go, third period, 5-0. Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes here in Raleigh. Panthers 3:02 away from a 2-0 lead here in the Eastern Conference Final, and tonight has been one-way traffic for virtually the entire evening. And off the face-off, Orlov here on the near side, scoots out to center then and lifts a backhand deep into the Panthers zone. Kulikov run into by Jankowski behind the net. Nate Schmidt picks up control of the puck, gives to Greer. Greer looking to clear. That one is knocked down by a Kane stick. Now Nate Schmidt near side to Nosek. Up the boards, Gadjevich. Backhands it over the Carolina line. Here on the near side. Morrow run into by Greer. Got a pass to Orlov. Straight on to center ice, Jankowski. Dumps it down to our left. Far corner, Nate Schmidt after it. Schmidt around the back of the Panthers net with 2:25 to go in the third. He's going to skate out to center ice. Gives left. In go the Panthers. Marchand dangles to the front of the net. Had it hop away, but Luostarinen keeps control of the puck for the Panthers. Gives to the far circle shot. Mikula deflecting. It's over the net. A lively hop out to the near circle, and Svechnikov springs one cross ice for Taylor Hall. And an airborne puck batted away by Luostarinen and allowed Marchand to get back and clear.
Pretty much doing everything right.
Slavin got it on net. Near corner, Jones looked to clear Slavin along shot. Stopped by Bobrovsky through traffic. Marchand tossed it out of the zone. Now back at the Hurricanes line. Slavin to Svechnikov up the near wing to Roslovic. Roslovic here on the near boards. He's running too hard by Marchand. Puck play to the corner. Here on the near side, Svechnikov. Back pedals out to the line. Backhands one across. Now a loose puck fought for. Rolls into the near circle. Played up top, Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere across the line. Handled there, a long shot, Morrow. That's blocked by A.J. Greer. 1:20 left here in this third period of play. Up the far side, Nico Mikula plays it in. That's deep into the Carolina zone. Morrow around the end boards. Gostisbehere back behind the net. He'll play it up that far side. Now it's Morrow, rink wide to Martinuk. Martinuk straight on Jordan Stahl, left wing side. Bumped by Nate Schmidt. Puck taken by Rodriguez and tossed out of the zone down to our right. This one's going to be handled by Burns. No icing here. 53 seconds to go in the third. 5-0 is the score. As Burns is back behind his own net. Long pass to center. Out of the reach of the intended man. Over on that far side, Robinson. Carrier in against Kulikov. Centering past Jankowski. Intercepted, cleared by Schmidt. Gloved at center, Burns. And he'll rip it back in. Around to the far corner on a carom, Nate Schmidt. He'll launch it up that far side. It'll clear the zone. 26 seconds to go. Orlov straight on for Jankowski. Puck play to the far side. It's Robinson to the net, and Bobrovsky a save there. Down to the final 18 seconds here in tonight's game. It'll be Rodriguez clearing, and the puck goes out to the neutral zone. Final 10 seconds start to tick away here in Raleigh. 5-0. The Panthers out in front. And the horn sounds. That's it for this one. A 5-0 Panthers win here in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. The Panthers will head home up 2-0 in this best-of-7 series. That is 6 career playoff shutouts for Sergei Bobrovsky. Turned away all 17 Kane shots tonight. 5-0. The Panthers take Game 2.
For Sergei Bobrovsky, his 6th shutout of the playoffs in his career, 3rd this postseason, which pretty good for him. Able to get the shots balanced out in that third period, and Panthers just playing defense on fire. Bennett, Tkachuk, Verhaeghe, right from the opening get-go, they were humming and moving along. He got that. Mikula on defense, the goaltending, and the way they shut down the middle of the ice, just no answer at all from the Hurricanes side, and relatively easy shutouts as far as they go by Sergei Bobrovsky's standard, in large part of what the team did in front of them. So they get the shutout, they get the 2 games in Raleigh. Carolina had not lost a road game coming into this series at home. They had not lost a home game coming into this series, and now they've lost 2 consecutive home games, and the Panthers 7-2 on the road. That's going to get the job done every single time, and what a night for the Panthers. The group in general, Mikula on defense. Mikula should be a star. You could give it to the whole line of Bennett, Verhaeghe, Tkachuk. Mikula has to fit in there somewhere. Even though it's not factoring in the scoring, just to watch him play that back end with you talk about Luostarinen evaluating his worth, and Mikula doing the same thing. And only bad news to come out of this is the Reinhart injury. We'll have to get that evaluated. Timeline, Sebastian Aho went low with a hip check a little bit late. Reinhart left with about 5 minutes left in that opening period, and Panthers come in here after a really hefty 7-game series against the Leafs, 1 day off, and then play 2 games in 4 days here in Raleigh and win them both convincingly. That's a huge statement. Stamped by this team. Now go back to Sunrise, rest up, and get ready for game number 3. But in control of the series, in the driver's seat. Now you just got to do your part not to let it slip away.
Yep. And we will, coming up in the Cats Recap Show, all the highlights, all the stats, full run.